Sorry, I was given a warning about music. It's really faint in the background, but what can you do? TikTok's gone really strict. And weren't they threatening to close it down somewhere in the USA? I got a feeling that Trump is out. There's going to be something that's going on that's going to happen to Trump, and he's going to be leaving. He's not going to be where he is right now. Something is going to take place. There is a seriously energetic shift going on when it comes to like the planetary alignments for 2016. I mean 2026. 2026, there's something that, like, when I was looking at the astrological placements, February 17 is going to be a really intense time. November is going to be a really intense time. But when I looked at the astrological placements of the chart, it is saying, and it's looking like there is going to be a consciousness split between the people who are connected to their souls and the people that are connected to fear. Put it that way. Just put it that way. Fear obviously will include worrying about money, finances, relationships, focusing on all the negatives and not on the positives. There is going to be an energetic shift next year. It's basically the awakening of the consciousness, and it seems to be a lot of people come next year. So a lot of different energy frequency shifts. Hey Sarah, hi Ray. Louisa. It's yeah, definitely a shift in energy. Mermaids. I'm already feeling the energy shift. I don't know if anybody else. I feel like when you are sensitive, or you do medium work, or you do like tarot, or you do any sort of spiritual healing, or you're somebody that heals and tries to help the masses, the energy is so, it's just so potent. I'm very emotional, which is obviously understandable. I'm still trying to get through, obviously, everything that happened this year with losing my mum and my dad and my grandma. And I'm still like processing the emotions and still healing from all of that. But it has just been, it's been a very emotional ride. I think for everybody, not just for me. And I am definitely having my ups and downs. I am only human, but I am always having these friendly reminders about why we're here, what our purpose is. We're not here by mistake. That we all get back to the oneness, if you want to call it. That's what they call it, the oneness, which is going back to everything, connected to all and everything. I am still yet to invest in some hard reading, because I am going to read a couple of books and I can't wait. I haven't started it yet, but I'm just processing everything. I'll just show you the books that I've received, that I haven't read it yet, but I will go into it at some point. So we've got messages from Wolf. I don't know if you were here the last time. I was telling you about this man who got hit by lightning and how the medium connected to him to give messages to his family. I told you about this last week, I believe. And this was the tree where lightning struck him. And prior to him passing away, he drew... Oh, let me show it to you, actually. So I don't know if I should wait for a few more people to come into the room. Let me see if I can find it. I found it. Page 13. Okay. Maybe I should just wait for a few more people to come into the room. Hey, Fab. So, if you were here with me last week, I was talking about... Hi, mermaids and unicorns. I was talking about... I think one of the reasons why... Let me put this back because I don't like... This mirror is just really weird. Then I'll go back in a minute. With all the experiences that I've had in my life in regards to losing my children, because I had a few miscarriages, in regards to losing family members, as you all already know, and then obviously my health, because I've got a congenital heart defect. Like everybody in the world, it's like we are all one entity split into billions of different people, because when we die, we obviously go back to that one energy where we came from. And I always have to remind everybody that's in here that's going through some really intense, whoever's going through some really intense things at the minute. Hi, Midwest. We are in the thick of it at the minute, aren't we? We're in the thick of all of it at the minute. And we worry about the standard things, money, security, stability, the fear of dying for some of us, the fear that things will always feel like it's out of our reach. We want something, but it's not here yet. We manifested a few things in our lives, which has come to pass, but we want the big stuff, what we're all looking for. Stability of the home, good health, financial stability, spiritual connection, which is actually the most important thing. But it's really hard to see the core of who you actually are when you're going through so much in your life. And I feel like I've been pulled, pushed, my humanity being tested still to this day. I had a breakdown the other day. I had a breakdown today. I was just like, what is the point of anything if my mum isn't here? And you shouldn't really be saying that to your kid. But it's just one of those things where it fell out. It fell out of my mouth and I couldn't help myself. Hi, Lauren. It fell out of my mouth and I didn't mean to say it. But at the same time, I feel like it needed to come out because it was an emotion, it was a feeling, and I do not want it trapped in my physical body. So I had to express these words. I just wish I wasn't, I just wish I didn't say it to my kid, but I did. And she just was like, we're going to be all right, Mum. We're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Shannon, you're on my list. I know we're going to be okay. That's the thing. I know we're going to be okay. It's just, you have to go through the motions, right? We're going to be okay. I got you, Shannon. You're on my list. I don't know if you were here last week. So for those of you who weren't here last week, and I just don't know if I should wait for more people to come in or if I should just carry on with the story. I probably should just do it anyway. So I am going to, so if you were here last week, you know that today, before I start doing readings, I am going to be talking about your door number. So last week, and I think I posted that up on YouTube. I think it is up on YouTube, so you can watch the beginning to the end. But in the beginning, I tell you about the vowels of your names and the importance of the power of the first vowel in your name. And how many vowels you have in your name makes you the person that you are. Because I use the Pythagorean chart. I don't know if any of you lot remember when I was talking to you last week about, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. So this is the let me just turn the screen. A couple of things before I start. I use the Pythagorean chart, number chart. A, E, I, O, U's, the vowels in the alphabet. They all have, all of the alphabets has an energy attached to it. But and then when you use the Pythagorean number chart, you can see that A is 1, U is 3, E is 5, O is 6, and I is 9. So just keep in mind the Pythagorean number chart. And this is something that you can look for on Google if you need to. So we're going to so last week I did that. The energy frequency attached to the vowels of your name, which creates the human and the person that you are, the personality that you are, the power of what you are with the number and the initial of your name. So that was really interesting. I did that last week and I went through AEIOUs to just let you know the power of that number and that letter. This week I wanted to do, because everything is actually numbers. Do you remember in the Matrix when Neo finally got his powers and he had these glasses on and he could see all these symbols like of ones and twos and zeros and green, and it was like a luminous green. The universe is literally of numbers, number frequencies, energy frequencies. That's why they say 369 is a very potent number. Number 8 is also a very potent number. Number 7 is a very spiritual number. And this is why when I do birth chart readings and I look at your birthday, how many A's and I's you got in your name, like your name has a powerful energy attached to it. Your birthday has a powerful energy attached to it, as well as your star sign has a powerful energy attached to it. So everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. Today's the last portal. There was I can't remember, I don't know if it was a full moon or something around with the moon on the 19th of December. And there was a massive shift on that day. I wanted to do some astrology, but there's too many things that I wanted to talk to you about. And it's like I can't fit everything in one session. So I want to take it slow. So there's always something to do on a Sunday. I don't want to just read tarot because I do that every day anyway. So that's the reason why I like to do all of these other things that I learned throughout my life, my spiritual experience, to teach you. And then you can go forth and, if you like it, investigate or learn more about it. So today I'm going to be talking about the energy number of your house. It doesn't matter if you have 4 numbers in your house. I would need you to add all of those numbers together to get a single digit. So it's only between 1 and 9. So the number chart is always between 1 and 9, because if you look at number 10, it's actually just 1. So you're starting again. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 13, 14, 15. You're basically just starting again. So I was talking to you guys last week before I get started with the energies of the house and do readings. I don't know if you were here last week, but I was talking about this special man called Wolf, and I was talking about a woman called Susan Giesman. And the interesting about Susan Giesman was that her stepdaughter was struck by lightning and she died. She was a couple of months pregnant, so they were all in military. Susan Giesman, her husband and her stepdaughter was working for the Navy. So they worked for the Navy. Susan Giesman was with Bill Clinton. So that's how high up in the ranks Susan Giesman is. So she's a very left brain woman. Left brain is logic, strategic, maths, making plans. Right brain is more spiritual, more connected, more creative, more childlike. And this is why we have to use both of those sections of our brain, the right brain and the left brain, to merge with each other. But usually when you're here walking on earth, we're always structured to be one thing. Some of us are more sensitive and more creative, so they'll stick to paintings, drawings, childlike, having fun, not taking life so seriously, even when you're like 50 or 60. And then most of us are still, we walk through life in the left brain area, that the left brain hemisphere, that part of your brain. And what happens is when we're in the left brain, we worry about everything, because left brain is kind of ego energy. So you worry about money, means, health, how you're going to pay your bills, how you're going to do this, that. It's worry and fear, which governs the left brain. And basically what happens is, when you're governed by the left brain, it's so intertwined with the ego that ego end up planting seeds, doubt, worry and fear, and then we create and co-create those things into our existence. So with Susan Giesemann, let's go back to her. She was a military woman working for the Navy. So I'm not doing readings at the minute. I'm just going to be doing the number of your house, and I'm just going through the book that I was talking about last week for those of you who might have missed it. Susan Giesemann was working for the Navy. She worked with Bill Clinton. She was in Air Force One, you know, the airplane that the president travels in. She said she was in Air Force One, and there was proof. And then you can see pictures of her and Bill Clinton. And there was a program that I told you guys, it's on Prime, on Gaia, and it's called Wolf's Message. So if you go on there, it will give you the full story. So it's on Prime, Gaia, and what you should be looking for when you go on Prime Gaia is Wolf's Message. That is the program that will tell you about her and how she connected to a man called Wolf. His name is Michael, but they call him Wolf. So what happened is, just to go through it again before I do any readings, because I bought the book and all of you were like, what is the book called? And I got it. I finally received it. So Susan Giesemann, who works for the military, she had a stepdaughter, and they all worked for a military Navy. And when the girl was crossing some threshold of, I can't remember where she was, she got struck by lightning. Now, when her stepdaughter got struck by lightning, during this time frame, she was pregnant. So she gets the phone call and she hears that her stepdaughter is dead. She got struck by lightning, and it's a very odd way to die. What are the chances of getting struck by lightning? So anyway, she made it her mission. So from being left brain, not believing in spirituality, not believing in God, any of this stuff, she made it her mission to find her stepdaughter who was struck by lightning. Why did she make it her mission? Because when she went to the coffin and she looked down at her stepdaughter. Sorry, I just had a flashback of my mum in her coffin. Sorry, total flashback. She was like, that's, and her stepdaughter, so the woman that is talking about it, her name is Suzanne, and her stepdaughter is Susie. So she was looking at the coffin and she said, this is not Susie. This is not her. Because this is a vessel in which our souls are contained in while we're here having this human experience, right? And when she saw that that was just not the vibrant Susie that she knew, she made a promise that she was going to look for Susie, even though she was dead and gone. So what happened was, she started to meditate. She said, I retired from the Navy. I was going on a cruise with my husband, and I just happened to pick up a book about mediumship. And I never believed in any of this stuff. I thought it was a whole bunch of hoo-ha. But I picked up a book by James Van Praagh, and who is a medium. For those of you who might know him, if you don't, you can Google him. James Van Praagh, he actually was one of the first people to come out there with mediumship back in the day. I know there was many more people before him, but he was the one who got on mainstream. I mean, the guy was on Oprah, for crying out loud. She picked up James Van Pragh's book, Hey D, and started reading about mediumship. And while she was on the cruise with her husband, because she had retired from military, that's when she got the phone call saying that her daughter died, her stepdaughter died of having a lightning strike. So anyway, the first thing that she did was, I need to go and find a medium, because she wanted to see if there was life beyond death. So she found a medium, And she didn't believe anything at first, but then she would say, there's a woman in a military outfit. She's standing here and she's saluting me. Okay, that's one evidence, right? Evidence that, okay, that's my daughter. She works for the Navy. She does salute. Oh, and by the way, your daughter is saying that she has the baby and her and the baby are okay. This woman, she's never met her from Adam. And all of a sudden she picked up that her stepdaughter was pregnant with a baby when she got hit by lightning. So it's amazing, all of these things. So within that 3 years, she goes, I started meditating, I started writing as I was meditating, because I would receive like messages through my mind. I'd have visions, I'd get numbers, I'd get all of this stuff. And that's how I do it as well. So anytime I go inwards, I always, the way that the universe, your loved ones connect to me is through signs and symbols and synchronicities. It could be numbers, it could be a color. I do not take any of the things that come through my third eye, through my mind's eye. I do not take any of it for granted. Even if it doesn't make any sense to me, I know that it would make sense to you at some point. So I always say, don't second guess what you're feeling, seeing, sensing, what the universe is trying to impress upon you, because those are images from your loved ones, your angels and your guides, which we all have. And that's how I work. Exactly the way that Susan does. That's just the way I quickly tune into somebody, especially if we do a one-to-one reading. Because there's 15 people in here, there's a lot of energies for me in here already, because you would have loved ones on the other side that would want to try and give you a message, or a guide that would want to give you a message. And it's like everyone on the other, and usually one person has 3 or 4 guides, some has 1 or 2 guides, but then you have to think about your guides, and then you've got your loved ones on the other side that's also trying to get a message. So it's like I'm hearing voices all the time. And this is why a lot of people back in the day were put into a mental institution, because they thought they were crazy, but realistically they were just mediums, and those are the voices that they were hearing from their loved ones and trying to give messages to their loved ones. But that was never actually the case. I'm not saying that some of us were completely nuts, because I'm sure that there were a few people that needed to be in that place, but this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about Wolf's message. So her daughter got struck by lightning. She found evidence that there was life beyond life. That's what I like to say, life beyond life. And she became a gifted medium. So she would meditate for hours during the day. She would start to receive messages. She would go out in the public or go for dinner with her friends. And then all of a sudden a grandma will appear before her. And then the person that she's having dinner with in the house, oh, did your grandmother used to keep jewelry under the lamp? How did you know that? Oh, because she's standing right there and she's telling me this, that and the other. So to mediumship, you have to open up. You have to get out of the mind. And that's what Susan had done for years. She meditated every day for an hour, and she just calmed her mind, because when your mind is calm and you're not thinking about the mundane, you're able to receive messages. This is why you should write things down, especially when you have dreams or visions. So anyway, she became so famous in terms of the way she gives readings. It was word of mouth, and then mouth to the TV, and now she's on Gaia. And basically what happened was, she said, I was doing a reading, there was about 500 people in the studio, and when the reading was done, which I was doing for the people, I was signing my book. So what happened was, I saw a couple standing at the end of this queue, and for some reason they kept letting everybody go in front of the queue. And I didn't understand what they were doing. It's like, come get your book signed, but they didn't want to do this. So what happened was, when Susan was on the stage telling her story about how her daughter got struck by lightning, the 2 couples that were letting everybody go in front of them, they just happened to have a son that was also struck by lightning. It's the weirdest, craziest way to go, right? So when they finally came to Susan to sign her book, they said, look, your story touched us, because you were talking about how your stepdaughter got struck by lightning. Well, my son Wolf also got struck by lightning. And I told you this last week. This boy was actually diagnosed with schizophrenia, but he was not schizophrenic. He was just in 2 worlds at one time. He was with the spirit world in his waking, in like me awake, talking to you, and he was also connected to the spiritual. So those energies merged together, which could make somebody feel like they're crazy or look like they're crazy when they're not. They're just super hypersensitive to the other side, to all energies that are around them, to energies of people. So this man was able to pick up on people who were ill, was able to pick on people who doesn't feel very well, pick up on people who was having like mental issues. He was so sensitive to this that what happens is, this is why I always say to every, protect your white light, your energy. Because when you are a hypersensitive, when you are a healer or a helper of the world, whatever it is that you do in your life, whether you're a good listener, you give good advice, or you're just there for people when they need you, you give people money and then you're broke yourself, you are classed as a healer. So what happened was, I watched your live for 100 minutes. Thanks, Shelley. So what happened was, they scheduled a reading. So the parents of Wolf and Susan Geisman, who was a naval officer who turned medium, they scheduled an appointment together. And she said the night prior to that, I was asleep in the room with my husband, and I felt this massive energy come into the room. And they knew that she knew it was Wolf, because she goes, I can sense Wolf, and he was talking to me. So I always keep a paper and a pad under my pillow, and my eyes were closed, and I could feel Wolf's energy so potent and powerful. And he basically gave me all of these messages. She said I accumulated the next day. While he was talking, I was writing everything down that I was receiving from the soul on the other side, which was Wolf. And basically he gave me 48 evidence of him still living after life. So she wrote this book called Wolf's Message. Now, 2 weeks prior to Wolf getting hit by lightning, so he was hit by lightning by a tree. When he died, his mother and his father he drew a picture. Let me show you the picture. And he apparently stuck this picture up on his wall because his parents told Susan that it was the craziest thing, because he's an artist. So this is his bedroom. Let me see if I can mirror it. So this is Wolf's bedroom. He's an artist. Everything he senses and feeling, he puts on paper and he sticks it up on his wall, right? Now, there was one specific thing. So after Wolf died, 2 weeks, so they buried the son. 2 weeks before, they buried the son, and they were going through his room. And when they were going through his room, they saw one specific picture stuck right in the middle. This was drawn by Wolf when he was alive. So this was before he got struck by lightning. Now, they said he was schizophrenic, but he was not. He was just a very talented, medium, psychic, sensitive healer. This is what he drew. And I told you this last week, and I really wanted to show it to you. So he drew an eye. So there's the eye. Yin and yang represents the balance of worlds, two worlds, masculine and feminine. He drew a tree and two things, and they didn't really understand what those were. So it was the tree and then these two things here, right? This is what he drew. And this is what he said. Spirit of great healer, awaken from within this heart. Peace and tranquility flow like water. The time has come to allow the light of nature to free my soul. Struck by lightning. Lightning is like nature. Look at that. To allow the light of nature to free my soul. And the guy got struck by lightning. Now, the funny thing was, there was another picture. Prior to him passing away, I think it was maybe a week after he died, he was walking around with a shirt, and on this shirt was a lightning bolt on it. And they found that he cut up this shirt. Where are you? They found that he cut up this shirt and he displayed it for everybody to see it. And this was after that. This is after the fact, right? After he died. So his parents found all of these evidence. So basically what the parents were saying was he knew how he was going to die. He knew when he was going to die. He knew that he was going to be struck by lightning. And he just knew. He just knew. Oh, where's the picture? You can get this book on Amazon, by the way. There is a picture. I saw the picture of him. I was going through the book really quickly, and I saw that picture of him. He was a man of the love of nature. He loved, look at him, gorgeous. They thought he was schizophrenic. Not even close. Not even close. Where is it? Anyway, you can get this book on Amazon. It's an amazing book. I cannot wait to delve into it. I already went into the first bits of it, and I'm really excited to do the rest of it. Anyway, so he drew this image. He stuck it, before he got struck by lightning, he stuck it on the wall, and he just happened to draw the tree where he got struck by lightning. And we never figured out what those two was until 2 weeks after his death, when his parents went to the tree where he was struck by lightning, and they put 2 flowers. Can you see that? That's what he drew prior to his death. The tree where he got struck by lightning, and the 2 flowers where his parent, that one from his mum, one from his dad. And he drew that in that picture. That's the tree with the 2 roses. And he did this before he died. There it is. There's the tree. There's the 2 flowers. There's the tree. And there's the 2 flowers. You can't make it up. This is literally where he was struck by lightning. You can't make it up. It's crazy, because when they put the flower, and when they put those 2 flowers where he was struck by lightning, and then they looked at the photo, they were like, "What are you trying to tell us, that you knew that you were gonna die?" Like, this is crazy. So what they say about death, when you actually cross over and not have a near-death experience, is there is a beacon that is sent out to all the angels, to all your guides, your loved ones. And whether you die from a tragedy, like getting hit by a bus or hit by a car or shot or something like this, usually the soul comes out of the body before you actually cross over to the other side, because obviously you don't have to feel that impact of getting hit by a car, right? You don't have to feel the impact of getting hit by a car. So some people want to experience it, some don't. Highly recommend get this book by Susan Geisman. She wrote a book. And the reason why Wolf told Susan, I had to get struck by lightning to get people's attention. So people will hear and see the message of what I am trying to tell them. When somebody gets struck by lightning, it's not something that you can not talk about. The other book I highly recommend to get, Messages for the Tribes of Many Colors. This basically tells us that we are all connected in one world under one umbrella. And no matter how different we are, we're all the same. That's why we need to stop looking at each other. Anger, hatred. I know it's not as easy. It's easier said than done, right? But that's one of the reasons. So highly recommend that you get these books. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's an awakening. And I have a lot of books that I've read. Knowledge is power, right, guys? Knowledge is power. All right, let's get on with it before I get on with some readings. As normal, if you are, as usual, if you would like to get an in-depth reading, I've got 10 cards. It is the carousel just above the screen or in the gift box below to get on my list. Please just be... you screenshot those, Brent. Good. Such good books. And you can please go on Gaia, go on Prime, Gaia, and look for Wolf's Message, because then you can actually see Susan, again, who was working for the Navy, tell her story. And it's so much better than the way I'm explaining it. But go on Gaia, Prime Gaia, and look for Wolf's Message. And she'll actually tell you in depth. I think I watched it how many times You want to get the book, but watch the program. It's on Prime. Watch it. And it's free. It should be free. It was. I had it free. I watched it for free. All right. So before I get started on the tarot, because tarot, I love it. But I mean, I could do this for you every day. What do I need to know today? What do I need to know for my highest good? It's the same things all the time. So I can do this and that's fine. But I want to give you more than just tarot. So last week I told you that I was doing the AEIOUs, the vowels of your name. But today we're going into the energy of your house number. Okay? You're so welcome, honey. You're so welcome. Everybody, when you're going through something, hey Diana, something so traumatic, and you're still healing and doing the healing is very good. And we need to heal from now until the day we die. We have to heal old wounds, past traumas, past life traumas, because we carry all of that energy imprint in our souls. So for example, if some of you are afraid of the dark and you don't know why, you could have been locked away, you know, that kind of stuff. You could have been put in a dungeon and locked away, and that's the reason why you're afraid of the dark. Who knows? We're going to go to house numbers. So I want everybody to know, if your house number, for example, is 414, okay? If you've got more than one digit in the front of your door, and you've got 414 as your house number, I need you to add up those numbers together. So 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So that will be the energy frequency of your house. Not the 414, but it would be number 9. Everyone got it? So in numerology, the numbers go from 1 to 9. In the Pythagorean, I think I'm saying it wrong, but whatever. In the Pythagorean number system, it goes from 1 to 9, okay? 1 to 9. So I don't care how many digits you have at the front of your house. Numerology and the Pythagorean number system goes from 1 to 9. So remember that. So if you have more than one digit in your house, please add up these numbers. It's very interesting. So what I'm going to do, number 5. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through quick meanings of it first, and then I'll go into it a little bit more before I do any tarot readings. Okay, guys? So here we go. I'm going to go from 1 to 9. So listen out for your door number. You have to make it one digit. So it'll be 3. So if 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 12, add that number together. That is the number energy of your house. If it's a double digit, add it together. Yeah? No matter if it was 14, 4 plus 1 is 5. It has to go from 1 to 9. So even if you add up all the numbers and you end up getting a double digit, add those two numbers together. That is the energy frequency of your house. I'm going to go for it. And it is, when I got to the number of my house, I was like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? It was so accurate. I was just like, let's get to it. If you live in a house 1, and I will be I'm still trying to post up two of my lives on YouTube, but technical difficulties, so you're gonna have to wait longer. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still trying to download it, but it keeps on stopping at 75, and I've got to start again. It stops at 75. It's just really long. So I will be posting this up on my YouTube channel. You just be patient with me, or you can record my voice, or you can record it. So, and when I go through the number, energy house number. So this is a summary of the house energy in regards to the number at the front of your door. So if you've added up all the digits of your house and you come to number 1, number 1 is a place to establish independence. Paula. Paula, you added up all the numbers to your house, you're number 1. So the house of number 1 represents a place to establish independence. I'm going to go through it in depth, but I'm just going to go for a quick head, like the highlight, the name of number 1 to 9. Number 1 is a place to establish independence. If you're a number 2 house, it's a house of love and partnership. If you're a number 3 house, it's a house of laughter and communication. If you're a number 4 house, it's security and a place of safety. If you're a number 5 house, a great house for parties, entertainments, drama. If you're a number 6 house, it's a house of beauty and warmth, a magnetic energy for children. If you are a number 7 house, a house of study and intellectual development, spirituality. If you're a number 8 house, a house that encourages financial achievement. If you are a 9 house, it's a house of extroverts, all are welcome energy. So if you're a number 9 house, it's extreme energy. 9 is also a representation of completion. So Brent, 7 plus 3 plus 9 is what? 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. So what number are you left with? 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. So what number are you left with? 1. So you are a number house. You are a place to establish independence. So you are a number 1 house. So let's go through it. So do you want me to say it again before I get into the crux of it? If you're a number 1 house, a place to establish independence. If you're a number 2 house, love and partnership. If your house adds up to number 3, it's a house of laughter and communication. If your house adds up to number 4, it's a house for security and a place of safety. If your house adds up to number 5, it's a great house for parties, entertainment, and a bit of drama going on there. If you're a number 6 house, it's a house of beauty, warmth, and magnetic energy for children. If you're a number 7 house, it represents, if your house adds up to number 7, it's a house of study and intellectual development. If you're a number 8 house and your house adds up to 8, it's a house that encourages financial achievement, wealth. If you're a number 9 house, it is a house of extroverts and all are welcome. So it's a very energetic frequency. And also number 9 is representation of completion. All right. Now we're going in. Who's a number 1 house? When you add up all the digits of your the front of your house, you are number 1. This is the vibration. And I'm going to go into it. Ready? Are my number 1s ready? Here we go. All right. House number 1, vibration 1. It means you would be motivated. Let's say you've been in a bad marriage, for example, and you want more independence. This represents, house of number 1 represents taking care of self, because it's 1, you alone, as above, so below. So it represents that you would want to move into a number 1 house. If you had a bad marriage and then you separated and your house isn't the energy of number 1, you would want to move yourself into a number 1 house, because 1 house is about taking care of yourself and establishing independence. The number 1 house is ideal for that specific reason. If you're looking for love, you won't necessarily want to move into a number 1 house, because 1 is about individuality, self-sufficiency, taking care of self. So that's the energy of number 1. So if you are number 1, it represents being independent, needing to love, nurture, and take care of yourself. It's not necessarily about others. It's about you needing to take care of you. So number 1 is about independence. That's the most important thing with the vibrational house of number 1. It's you, take care of you. If you're a couple, number 1 house is not ideal to live in, because it's an independent house. You'll always feel like you're not really, I want someone, but I don't need anybody. It's that sort of energy. Got it? Okay. So vibration of a number 2 house. So if you've calculated all the digits of your house number and you've come to a number 2, this is the vibration of a number 2 house. A number 2 house encourages love, to ensure that relationship would be stable and long lasting. So if you're looking for love, if you're in a house of 1 and you're looking for a deep connection or love, I'm going to tell you a little secret by the end of it, and you're going to, it will come in with number 7. So if you want to add in another digit to your house, I'm a firm believer that you can change the energies of your house by adding a letter behind the door. And I'll talk about that in a second, because they talk about number 7 energy, which is me, which is crazy. So number 2 house is partnership, relationship, and it will build up the energy to have a stable and long-lasting commitment. The 2 house energy encourages love and harmony, and again, partnership. You should be playing music in there, lighting candles, having flowers. This is a place to tap into your psychic abilities. You need to trust your inner voice. In the house of 2, you will find more spirituality. The downside of having a number 2 house is you don't want to be too immersed or enmeshed in your partner's problems, because if they feel pain and they fall apart, you'll be intertwined in that pain, and you would fall apart too, because a number 2 house is togetherness, it's partnership, it's unionship, right? So if you're hurting, I'm hurting. But that's not necessarily a good thing. And that could be a downside to a number 2 house. So this is the vibrational frequency of a number 2 house. So do not get immersed if you're in a 2 house, because the downside to being in a number 2 house is being immersed or enmeshed in your partner's pain, because it's going to take you down as well, man. You know that energy frequency travels. How do I know this? Let's just say you woke up in the morning and you feel so good and you're so like positive, and then all of a sudden you go into the kitchen and your missus or your husband is miserable and they fucking mess up your energy frequency. That's how energy works. So again, if you're in a couple and you're living in a 2 house, be mindful about not immersing or being enmeshed in your partner's pain. So that's the energy vibration of a number 2 house. Did you get that? I would also say if you're in a number 2 house and you're in a partnership, take a step back if your person is going through. I'm not saying like you're not supposed to be there for them, but there needs to be some sort of boundary, because it will affect your energy frequency. Okay, if you've added up all the digits of your house and you've come to a number 3, what about a couple in one? It's not a good idea to be a couple in a 1 house, Brent, because 1 house represents independent. So you could want somebody, like I was saying earlier, for the number 1 house, you could want somebody, but you don't need anybody, because you're going to come across as somebody who doesn't need somebody, so independent to some degree. And it will come across that way in the way you act, the way that you talk, or the way that you do things. So being in a 1 house while you're a couple, it's not necessarily a powerful energy, but we'll talk about adjusting the energies of your house if you want to. We'll talk about that later on. All right. If you've added up all the digits to your house and you come to the number 3, the house number 3 vibration is all about communication and self-expression. So there should be plenty of laughter and enjoyment in this house of 3. It's a great place for parties and entertainment. Be careful about money. If you add up the numbers to your house and it goes to a number 3 digit, watch out for your finances, my 3s out there. So if any of you are in a 3's house and you're like, why do I always have a fucking bill to pay? Now you know why. Be careful about money, because 3's energy have so much fun. It's like the way that a 3 house energy is, play now, pay later. And then the next thing you know, you're in debt, or you're in trouble in some way, shape or form in regards to finances. So be careful of that scattered energy, because the 3 house needs daily affirmations. So if you're living in a number 3 house, you have to repeat daily affirmations for 15 to 20 minutes a day. So money will not be an issue. I need to read that again. Anyone in here a number 3 house? Anyone at all? So if you're in the vibration house of number 3, okay, it's all about communication, self-expression. There should be plenty of laughter, enjoyment. Oh, fab. Laughter, enjoyment. A great place for parties and entertainment. Be careful about money, because 3 energies have fun. The way that they think is play now, think later, and then the next thing you know you could be in debt or you're in trouble. So be careful of that scattered energy if you are a number 3 house. 3 houses needs daily affirmation. You have to repeat your affirmation for about 15 to 20 minutes a day. So money is not going to be an issue. You don't just say the affirmation, you have to believe in it, because you thoughts, emotions and feelings, when they're synced in together, you're going to get what you're asking for. Like I always say, sooner rather than later. If you've added up all the digits to your house and you come to a number 4 vibration, number 4, we're on number 4, guys. So here we go. 4 vibration represent my best mate lives in a free house and is in debt. Oh dear. Literally loves Klarna and ClearPay. Right. There you go. Vibrational house of 3. Watch out for your finances, people, if you live in the vibrational house of number 3. If you've added up all the digits and your house number is number 4, this is the vibration of a 4 house. 4 represents security. It's a house that needed to be grounded. It's an earth house. So there should be a garden, a backyard, or lots of flowers in the house of 4. Because 4 house, the vibrational 4 house, if you're a number 4 house, when you add up your number together and it's a 4, it's earth energy. It's a very earth-bound energy. So again, security, earth energy. There should be a garden or flowers in your house or a backyard. You have to have plants in your house as well if you're a number 4 house. 4 is solid, and it's a great foundation energy as well if you're a number 4 house. 4 is also of service. So always trying to help others in a 4 house, trying to help others no matter where it puts you. Well, if you're a 4 house, Marsha, and you don't have a garden or a backyard, then you need to have plants in your house. Plants, flowers, evergreens, it needs to be in a 4 house. Otherwise, you're going to feel out of bound. You're going to feel like the energy doesn't feel right. Oh, I do have a garden that I don't go in. Then bring plants into your house. Bring the plant into your house. Bring flowers and plants into your house then. Do that. 4 house is solid and is a great foundation. 4 also is of service. A 4 house seeks knowledge and becomes better at whatever chosen career you have in a 4 house, you'll be good at what you do. What is this? Sorry, guys. Sorry. So if you live in a 4 house, whatever chosen career you have, if you put your heart and your soul into it, you will succeed in your career if you love it. There will be a feeling in a 4 house of constantly working though. So it feels like you're always working in a house of 4, a lot of work, kind of like no rest. If you don't loosen up in a 4 house, it can be very intense. Hence why I said to you, you need to bring Mother Nature into your... And I'm not talking about them fake plants, plastic plants. I'm talking about real soil, dirt from the outside in a plant pot with an actual flower in it. Okay? None of this fake crap. Proper, real plants. Bring it from the outside in. Because if you do not establish grounded energy, you're going to always feel like you're going everywhere. The energy is always going to be scattered. So bring flowers, Mother Nature into your home. Okay, we're on number 5. So if you added up the digits to your house and you're a vibration number 5, number 5 energy is I'm a 5 of hearts. So 5 numerology, doesn't matter where I look at the house, the birthday, my name, how much it adds to. Numbers always has the same frequency to it. So a number 5 by vibration, if you live in a number house 5 vibration and you add up all the digits and it comes to 5, it's a non-stop energy. There's always movement. Something's always going on. Something is always going on. And it doesn't even have to just be your vibration or your drama. It could be other people's drama and it's entering your home for God knows what reason. But with the vibration number 5, it's non-stop vibrational energy. It is alive. It's alive. Everyone in a house of 5 are involved in some kind of activity in one way or another. If you're a vibrational house number 5. House of 5 is about celebration. It's about holidays. It's a place for a party. So whoever got a number of house of 5, you can invite me to a party because I haven't been to one for a while. I'm there. But be careful not to get involved with any scandalous affairs like shagging your neighbors or your neighbor's husband or your neighbor's wife. Especially if you're married, obviously. Because 5s have to be aware of what is lacking. So when you are lacking something or in the lack mindset, it will make the energy frequency of a number 5 house a little bit shaky and a little bit scattered as well. So don't make drastic decisions if you're in a house of 5 because you could regret it in the end. So take it slow. So if you're in the house of 5, don't make drastic decisions. Take it slow. I live in the house of 5. There's always something going on. Take it slow. Do not get involved in any scandal energy. Make sure that everybody in the house is always having some sort of activity. You're doing something in the house. Just be careful not to do, again, scandalous things and not to make decisions drastically. Because like I said, in a house of number 5, you can pay for it in the end. But it is a non-stop vibration. And if you think about the number 5, it's not an even number. It's like kind of, it is a drama. It will be a drama. Yeah, that drama. 90%. And 90% isn't mine, right? That's the thing. So in a house of 5, the energy is so intense. And with the house of 5, sometimes it's not even your energy. It's just other people bringing their energy into the house of 5. So if that makes sense to you now, you know why. Okay. I'm going to number 6. Vibrational house number 6. If you've added up all the numbers to your house and you ended up to a single digit number 6, this is the vibration of a 6 house. We've had 0 drama. I'm an intense person and maybe that's the match. Well, I'll tell you this, it's non-stop vibration. Are you not always traveling? You're always doing something, Shannon? If I know you, you're never in your house. You're always doing something. You're always active. Working, traveling, going places. That sounds like you. It doesn't have to be other people's drama. It also represents that if you're in a vibration house of number 1, it is alive. It's non-stop. You're in and you're out. You're always going places. You're traveling. That is the energy of you. It's an activated energy, number 5. Number 5s get bored. Number 5s is an energy where I need to have some sort of excitement in my house. It doesn't necessarily have to be drama, no. That's my point. Number 5s get bored. They have to be doing things. All right. So we're going to go to vibrational number 6. When I talk about the vibration of the house, it doesn't mean that everything is going to be there. But there are going to be significant energies attached to you and the house. So vibrational house number 6. It's good to start a partnership, a marriage, a relationship in a house of 6. It would be a perfect place to raise children. So if you're in a house of 6, yeah, and you add up the digits and it comes to a number 6, the number 6 vibration is about starting a relationship, a partnership, and it would be a terrific place to raise children in the house of 6. A place to effectively run a company. So if you have your own business and you're working from home, this would be a great place to even start a company or something that belongs to you. Because in a house of 6, it brings in that stable energy. Usually in a house of 6, there is a counselor in there. Somebody that is an aromatherapist, a therapy in some way, massage therapy, or anything to do with helping others. This is very draining for a house of 6. So if you're a house of 6, again, it's about raising children. It's about helping others in a house of 6. counseling, aromatherapy, massage therapy, anything to do with helping people or giving good advice. House of 6 people, you have to be very careful about how much energy you give out. Because if you live in a house of 6, you are going to be bound to be drained, exhausted. If you give too much energy in the house of 6, you are bound to be eventually exhausted and drained and feel like you give and you get nothing in return. Now, in saying that, again, it is an ideal place to raise children. You are meant to be helping the world on some level. Burn out this week and I'm done, LOL. You are meant to be doing this, though, especially in the house of 6. You are in a vibration where you are meant to help people. You have to help people. You are where you are for a reason, and there are no mistakes. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And it could be, we don't need to know the reasons, but there is a purpose and a reason for everything. But again, you're meant to be some sort of helper, healer, counselor, or advisor when you're in a house of 6. Just be mindful not to give so much out because you will easily feel drained and exhausted. So be mindful in a house of 6. But it's grateful to start a partnership, a relationship. It's a great place to raise children. That frequency is very good. I'm a house of 7. But it's so interesting what they say about a house of 7. So when I add up the numbers to my house, I come up to number 7. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've gone through in the house of 7, which is so funny. Let me get started. So if you've added up all the numbers to your house and you are ended up to a single digit of number 7. So number 7, it's the most spiritual number in numerology and in the Pythagorean chart. It is the most spiritual number. Why? I have no idea. But it is, they say 7 layers to heaven. But it's a very spiritual number. So the vibrational house of 7, which is me, this is about, the house of 7 is where you need to contemplate your life. You need to look deep inside yourself, reading books, reading lots of books, yeah, education, learning. When I moved into this house, my psychic abilities, my medium mystic abilities blew wide open. I live next to a cemetery. If you've been following me forever, you know that. But listen to this. So when you're living in a vibrational house of 7, it's about contemplation about life, looking deep inside yourself, which is meditating, which is what I was doing in this house. Learning, reading lots of books and learning about who you are. You have to be careful in a house of 7 not to escape through sex, drugs, alcohol, or food. Anyway, keep a journal. Write. It's a good place for study. Irene, you're on my list. Give me 1 second. It's a good place for study, education. It's also about studying your dreams and visions. I am a dream unlocker. I have many books in this house of dream meanings. How fucking weird. When I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, I've got like dream books. I've got like dream dictionaries. What does this mean? What does that mean? So 7 was my uni house and I put on a lot of weight there. Yeah, no shit. My thing is like, I can't have alcohol. I can't take drugs because of my heart condition. I'll have some sex every once in a while, and I'll definitely be eating food. So that's why I put on weight. But yeah, that's the energy vibration of the house of 7. So anyway, when you're in the house of 7, you can study dreams and visions. That's what I did all the time that I was living in this house. 7 may have a lot of dreams that come true, or listen to this, house of 7s, or find that ghosts will come into your home because they feel welcome there. I live next to a cemetery. I saw children from the 18th century in them white colour clothes, 2 twins, a boy and a girl, when I was standing outside in the garden having a cigarette. Ghosts feel comfortable in this house of 7. It's the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, the sex thing is definitely there. The food thing is definitely there. Definitely studying books. Definitely needing to go within and meditate. That happened. Definitely doing visions and dreams. 100%. My intuition blew wide open in this house. It aligned. Ghosts are coming into my yard. So yes, it absolutely aligned to what I was doing. So they also say in the house of 7, this is not really an energy where you can evolve or advance materially. Ghosts. Yes. Spirit. Ghost. Materially. So if there are any energies attached to the house of 7, or you feel like there are unfair energies, this is the secret. You can always add a letter to the energy of the house. So for example, you can add A. In the Pythagorean chart, so let's just say you live in 414. You can add an A to that number. And when you add an A, if you look at the Pythagorean number chart, A is classed as number 1. Look at that. A is 1, right? You don't put the A in the front of your door, because obviously the postman. You put the A, stick it at the back of your door. So you're adding, because I am a firm believer that you can change the frequency of the house. Now, if you look at my house, let's just say, for example, my house was 414. My house was actually 414, and on the door, it's got an A. So I'm not only a vibrational house number 7, I'm also a vibrational house number 8. Because when you add an A, that number is 1. So I'm actually 414, which is... So it's 9, right? So it's 9. So you can change the energy of your house. So if you feel like you're not making enough stability, money, finances, you need to be a bit more grounded in the house, you can add a letter to the back of the door, right? Add a letter to make it more balanced. Stick it onto the door. So you can add an A to the number of your house. But always remember, and so now that will make the frequency, instead of 7, it makes it 8, because you put the A in behind the door where you can see it, not at the front. So if you feel like things are not fair in the house of 7, add the letter A inside the door, because A, which makes a 1, will then make it the house of 8, and it would help financially. And you can alter the energy of where you live. It's your house. It's your house. You want to add a couple of A's back there? Do it. Do it. But as long as you know what the meaning from 1 to 9 is, then if that's what you're looking for. So if you're in a house of 1, like you, Brent, and you're like, you know what? I need to be in a couple energy, not just independent, but I need to be in a couple energy. Then put A at the back of your door, because now you just made your house number 2. So that's how you adjust the energy frequency of your home. Does that make sense, everybody? So my house is literally got an A at the door. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, oh, so I'm not just a vibrational house number 7. Spirituality, not good for materialistic energy. Oh my God. But then I said, oh, I've got A at the front of my door. Yes, I'm a number 8. Now let's talk about the vibrational frequency of number 8. So I am both number 7 and I am both number 8. So if you are the vibrational house, when you add up all the digits to your house and it comes up to number 8, the vibration of a number 8 house represents abundance in all areas of your life. Oh, could you imagine? Thank God. Thank God for that A at my door. So if you're in the house of 8, It represents abundance in all areas of your life. You'd make many friends, or people will be drawn to you. You could make a lot of money, materially prosperous, and a feeling of power inside of you. Sometimes people living in the house of 8 can be perceived as ruthless. Like a lot of people say I'm quite ruthless, but I'm actually just, a big bear, but I'm a bunny. So people can perceive you as ruthless in many ways, especially when it comes to business. So if you're a vibrational house number 8, business would be good for you. Be mindful about communicating, like I say all the time, not just in my houses of 8, but be careful of you can add as many A's to the back of your door as you want, fab. Add loads of A's to the back of your door. Okay? So 8s are about prosperity, about business. But the one thing I have to tell you about an 8 vibrational house is be careful about your communication and what you're talking about, and about your business and what you're doing. Because in a house of 8, you will breed jealousy. So don't boast about what you're doing, how you're doing it, how high above the ladder you are, because you again will breed jealousy. The house of 8 is a powerhouse, a house of dealing with people, even politics energy. 6, 7, 8. Yes, Howard, you're a house of 8, because if you're a 116, you add those digits together, you have to make it 1 digit. So you are a house of 8. So you prosper in the house of 8. A house of 8, people can feel unloved as well by the breadwinner. So keep that in mind. So when you are like the lead of the house, the one who takes care of the bills, the one who takes care of the mortgage, the one who pays for everything, the power of that house and the person who is the main person of the house, the mother, the father of the house, sometimes the people in it can feel unloved by you. So you have to be mindful of those energies, because number 8 is actually a power energy. Number 8 is actually, in some cases, number 8 actually represents the sun. It's like a blessing. It's divine blessing with the house of 8. So I thank God I'm not just a house of 7 and there's an A on my door, because again, I'm not only a 7, I'm also a number 8, and I just happen to have this as one of my, to earn money and finances, and I'm so grateful for it. All right, so we're going to go to number 9. There's one more vibration, 2 more that I'm going to go through after 9, and then I'll get started on the readings. But let's talk about it. If you've added up all the numbers to your house, the front of your door, and you come to a vibration number 9, the house of 9 represents humanitarian energy. If anyone lives in a house of 9, this represents that you are going to give good advice or you give good counsel. In the house of 9, it's a very selfless vibrational energy, right? 9 puts you in touch with the universe, universal consciousness, universal truth. Number 9 house understands that what you put out, you get back in. That's the energy frequency of a 9 house. It's a house of needing to let go. So if you add up the numbers to your house in number 9, you have to learn how to forgive, and you have to learn how to let go. You can't hold on to clutter. You can't hold on to emotional baggage in a house of 9. You are connected to the Holy Spirit and the higher power in a house of 9. You'll always care for others, but be careful not to drain your spirit, and be careful not to drain yourself in the vibrational house of number 9. Number 9, as always, represents completion. My mum and my daughter just happens to be a 9 of clubs. They have come into the physical world to complete cycles. Like, if you're a number 9, if you have a birth chart reading with me and you just happen to be a 9 of clubs, a 9 of hearts, a 9 of diamonds, or a 9 of spades, this might be your last rodeo. Like, literally, you don't have to come back into the physical world. I don't think my mum's going to want to come back, to be quite fair. when she passed away on the 8th, but she's a 9. When you are a 9 energy, it represents completion. So you're here to complete cycles that you did not complete in a past life. But that's the energy of the 9. So I hope that helps. I'm going to go to house number 11 and 22. If you add up all the numbers, yes, you can look at vibrational number 2 and 4. That will also be attached to you. 9 is completion. So if your mum passed away on the 9th, she's done everything she had to do here. She's done. She's completed her mission. She doesn't have anything left to do as far as her soul is concerned. She's taught who she needed to teach, and now she had to go home. So if you live in a 22 or a 22 or an 11 house, the energy vibration of these houses is very simple. It's a master number. 11 and 22 is a master number. When I add up my birthday, I come up to number 11. You put those together, it's a 2. So I look at number 2 vibration and I look at number life vibration for my life path. So if your house is number 11 or 22, when you add up the numbers, you can keep it that way. You can also look at number 2 or you can look at number 4, because 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. So that will also be attached to the number of your house. But if you are in master number 11 or 22 at the front of your house, this is a house of intuition. It is good for spiritual healing. You're not only healing yourself, but you're supposed to heal others as well. So you literally are a healer in the house of 11 or 22. It's a master number. It's a master builder. It's about it's about mental mastery, because it's the thoughts that will drive you, isn't it? So in a house of 11 or 22, you would be perfecting your physical, emotional, and mental health in a house of 22, 11 or 22. So keep it that way. That's the energy simplified for a master number. Jesus. My ass hurts. So I hope that helps you in some way, shape or form. 111 equals 3, working 111 equals... Oh, so are you talking about 11? I live in 111, which is 3. So the vibrational number of 3 quickly is a house of laughter and communication. Number 1 is establishing an independence. It is so interesting, this energy, to even just get an idea of why things are going on in your life. Why is it happening? It's unbelievably interesting. I mean, the awakening that I've had in this house, I never saw it coming. I've always been connected to the other side. I have, but it is so intense in this house. So intense. Very intense. Okay. Add an A to your door if you're not happy with the energy of your house. Put the A behind the door, as many A's as you want, because A represents number 1. You're just adding on to the energy of your house. So whatever you're looking for in your energy, you can add a number to it. You are the one that can change the vibrational frequency of the home that you're living in. No one can do it but you. If you're paying the bills and it's your house and you decorated that house, then you are the one that's in control of the energy of what you allow to come into your home, right? Shannon, I'm about to do, sorry guys, it took a bit, but I did promise I was going to do this. I'm going to read for everybody who's gifted me first. Once I'm done with my gifters, I am going to cater to everybody in the room that I have not yet read for. Please be patient with me, guys. I think, like last night, I wasn't feeling so great. I kept on sniffing. I was doing Zumba this morning. You should see me dance. It's terrible. I am not hot when I dance. I look awful. I look terrible. And I was doing Zoom, but I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, hell no, girl. You need to go learn how to dance. I just looked awful, but I was like, fuck it. Burn the fat, Anna, burn the fat. Angels and guides and loved ones, draw close to me and my family here on TikTok and use me as a vessel to give clear, concise, love and light messages. Please and thank you in love and light. It was so funny. I was like, oh no, I don't look sexy at all, do I? All right, Shannon, I'm going to do a 10 card reading for you. Let me just put some sandalwood up. All right, here we go. I'll do a general reading until I can see your question. Let me know what your question is and I will do your reading for you. If I can't see your question, I'll do a general reading. Everybody, please be patient. I will cater to my gifters first. At the moment, I've got Shannon and Irene on my list. And it is the carousel above the screen that will get you on my list and will get you 10 cards. All right, here we go. Let's get your oracle cards out first. Please, in love and light. All right, there is something about perseverance. Pave it forward is what I just heard. Pave it forward. There's something about future. There's something about traveling. Something about you hosting some sort of overseas travel, either social media, something about social media. And I feel like there's fun that is coming your way as I'm connecting to you, Shannon. I'm also seeing a dog. Now, the dog for me always represents loyalty. Whoever it is that you're going to be meeting. Loyalty, a true friend, somebody that you could rely on, somebody that will keep their eye on you is what I'm hearing as I'm connecting to you, Shannon. So please keep that in mind. These are the things that I'm seeing. There's also something about devoted, attachment and craving something. I also feel like you're going to get an apology as well. Somebody owes you an apology or somebody's going to apologize for something. It could have been replaced, repaid for something that they did to you in the past or someone did to you in the past, or the one that just feels like they just want to apologize for God knows whatever reason it is. But I do feel like there is some sort of an apology. I also feel like I have to tell you to pay attention to your dreams and your visions, because your dreams are going to unlock a lot of, I don't know, clarity, give you clues to some degree. And there's also something about be mindful about energy vampires, betrayal. That's probably where the apology comes in, is what I'm seeing. And there's something about jewelry, crystals. I see a fairy and I'm hearing abundance energy. Abundance. I feel like you need to persevere and keep moving forward. Perseverance is key. I don't know what your question is yet, Shannon, but here we go. Let's do your tarot. So I've already got your oracle cards here. We're going to look at them later on. What does Shannon need to know, please, in love and light? What does Shannon need to know, please, in love and light? If you would like to get a 10 card reading and you would like to get on my list, I am catering to all of my gifters at the moment. They'll come first, and then once I'm done with my gifters, I will cater to everybody in the room. My list is still open, and it is the carousel above the screen or in the gift box below that will get you 10 cards. All right, here we go. Shannon. There's something about you needing to get out of the way of something. Get out of the way of a thought, a feeling, an emotion. Other people putting their influences to some degree. Because I've got the Hangman. And the Hangman always represents that you're doing a lot of self-sacrificing for somebody else. The Hangman always represents that you, Shannon, need to look at your situation from another perspective or another point of view. That's the energy of the Hanged Man. Hanged Man. You have all of this enlightened energy. You're an old soul. You've already done this rodeo before being here in the physical world, but there's just something about you needing to let go, or the need to control. But there's something about the need to let go. Pay attention to your dreams. Abundance is going to follow. Persevere. Keep going. There's possibly a collaboration. So you might be collaborating with a dominant, possible masculine energy. But somebody who's got very loving, kind, nurturing energy. The King of Cups is always somebody that you could potentially rely on. Very nurturing, very healing, supportive energy as I'm connecting to you. And this is something, like I was saying, you could be... more travel, hosting some sort of overseas person, or it could be something around fun, or something about social fun. I am seeing, as I'm connecting to you as well, Shannon, I've got the Four of Swords. Now the Four of Swords represents that you need to be in a place of peace. So it does represent retreat, renewal, solitude, and recovery. Recovering from this, that, the other, whatever it may be. But the Four of Swords is always a card of peace of mind, like having a break from the mundane. I am seeing, as I'm connecting to you as well, I have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands does represent, Shannon, an opportunity around, it's a celebration, it's love, it's soulmate energy, it's a reunion, it's a partnership, it's expansion, it's reunions. This is the energy that it represents. It's a reunion. I've got the Lovers card as well for you, Shannon, so there's an opportunity or a choice coming your way. This is always a choice to choose wisely. This also represents a soulmate, a divine counterpart, a leveling up of a current relationship, more intimacy, more love in the energy that you're currently in, expansion of it. I also got the Justice card for you, Shannon, as I'm connecting to you. And the Justice card does represent the signing of the contract. It represents good karma. It represents the balancing of the scales. It represents cause and effect, win-win situation, truths coming out. What you put out, you get back in, because cause and effect is the energy of what you send out, you get back in. That is the energy of the Justice card. The Justice card always represents the contract, a new house, a new car, a new job, all of the above. More things to look forward to. You are active, right? In the House of Five, is it? Look at that. Luck is on your side. Look at that. Luck is on your side. Look at that. Celebration. It says victory, milestone, and good news. Shannon. And then you've got the garden and the gate. More things to explore. More things to explore. Constructing a house in Spain, and it's the 5. Celebrations, fun, party. That's the energy of the House of 5. The universe believes in you. Trust that you are being guided. That is your guided message, Shannon. So you have got a whole bunch of things still to look after for. This is the thing about the House of 5. It never stops. The House of 5 is always doing something. You're always going somewhere. You're always at places. You're always entertaining or being around people. It's like a non-stop energy. And that is the first thing that is said in the House of 5, which is you. It's your energy. Shannon's always somewhere. It's like, I'm traveling today. I'm going to Spain. Maybe I'm going to Australia. This is like a lot. This is a lot of energy. Let's see what's anchoring your reading. Anchoring your reading. I don't know. Study, education, more money, good news. Look at that. Good news, a message, an offer, money, pay rise. Study, education, learning something. Education, brushing up on your skill set. Brushing up on the things that you already know. This is like just always activated for you. It's always activation. There's an activation code within your DNA. There's always something going to happen. It's great. So I've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I've got Gemini and Libra on the table. So Shannon, I hope that helps you in some way. Sending you love and light, honey. Love and light to you. Irene, you're going to be next on my list. I'll do a general reading for you until I can see your question. Angels, guides, loved ones is for Irene. What does Irene need to know, please, in love and light? You're so welcome, honey. Irene. General 2026. The first thing that I'm hearing is family, family, family. And then I'm seeing property purchase, sale. or security. And there's something about a transaction. If things have been turbulent, I just had, if things have been turbulent, hold on. I'm also seeing stay away from drama is what I'm hearing. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in the same loop. It's like a repeat of the same crap, and you don't want to have that. Repeat. Something about needing to have healthy boundaries. There's something about soulmate. You know, if you're in a marriage, you are with somebody that you are supposed to learn important thing from. They from you. They from you as well. There's something about a child being born into your energy. It could be, if it's not you, it could be within the family. There's something about pregnancy, fertility, pregnanthood. There's something about butterflies, soulmates, boundaries, healthy boundaries from challenges. Somebody's not being their authentic self, so be mindful about who you talk your business to. Sabotage is just what I heard. Like somebody could be pretending to, you know, love you, help you to make you feel like you're going to evolve to some degree, or feel like they're on your side but they're not. Just be mindful about who you talk about your business to is what I'm going to say, because somebody is wearing a mask and not showing their true authentic self. I'm also seeing that there's some sort of a new beginning as I'm connecting to you. There is a shift and a change in your energy, and something is about to shift and change for you. Especially if things have been dulled, slow, but there is going to be some sort of new energy attached to you. Healthy boundaries and the new energy needs to be implemented. Don't want to be stuck in the same drama. Different day. Okay. All right, so those are the first things that I'm picking up on as I'm connecting to you. I've got your oracle cards on the table. I've got a hangman again. I did shuffle the cards. So the hangman again is like needing to get out of your own way. A mindset, talking yourself down from happiness, making yourself feel like nothing's going to change, everything is the same, wanting change, feeling like nothing is going to change. The hangman is about you needing to try and look at your situation from another perspective or another point of view. The hangman represents that you're an old soul and that you've already done this rodeo, but you do need to, it's like you do need to look at your situation again from another perspective, another point of view. And then you've got the Eight of Cups. Walk away from something or someone or a situation that no longer serves you. The Eight of Cups is a withdrawal card. It's a retreat. It's moving on. It's abandoning something where you always feel like you have to put up your boundaries for whatever reason, because you feel like no matter what I do, it's just never enough. So healthy boundaries need to be implemented. I don't care if it's healthy boundaries from your own children or your partner, your auntie, your mum, your dad, your grandma. Healthy boundaries is still about protecting oneself. And it's not just about protecting oneself, it's conserving your energy for what's to come, for your future. Because we're all here for a reason and a purpose, and we have to make sure we are aligned to the thing that we're supposed to be doing while we're here. Now, I am seeing a younger masculine around you. Could be somebody that you could be collaborating with. If he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. There is a need for you to cut out negative thoughts, words, situations, and people, and say what you mean and mean what you say. I am seeing study, education, and going back to school, and children. There is good news, a message, and an offer coming your way. There's something about volunteer work, and there's something about education. I do feel like there is going to be something that's going to come your way that's going to spark up a creative energy within you. I am seeing that you need to balance the energy of yin and yang, ego and soul. Yin yang, masculine, feminine within you. The yin yang energy is balance. The Chariot card represents taking action, the new journey, a new vehicle. It's like if you've got an idea that you want to give birth to, the universe will always plant that seed within you, but it's up to you to walk the walk. If you do not take what the universe gives you in terms of ideas, they will take it from you and plant it somewhere else. And then you're going to be like, I was going to do that, and you didn't do it. The Fool card is about travel, taking a leap of faith, new beginnings, new adventures, a new path, new opportunities coming your way. Just take a leap of faith. I also feel like you need to meditate and go inwards. The Hermit card always is a representation of soul searching. You know, spiritual illumination. Going within for that personal quest for truth and clarity. This is something that you're going to need to do for 2026. Education, study, a new vehicle around you, collaboration with an older masculine 2026, getting out of your own way in 2025, planning travels, holidays, and taking that leap of faith for 2026. So, happy families is what to expect. 2026. Meditate and contemplate. You got the Hermit card. Something that you definitely need to do then. And then look at that. 2026. Miracles, faith, divine intervention. And your last message states, everything that you want is coming. Relax and let the universe pick the timing and the way. You just need to trust that what you want is coming and watch how fast it comes. So I hope that helps you in some way. I've got Pisces, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancerian energy attached to you. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. Irene. I've got nobody on my list. If you would like to get on my list and you would like to get the same reading as Irene got, it is the carousel that I've just pinned on the bottom of your screen. That will get you on my list, and that will get you 10 cards. I'm going to go all the way to the top, and I'm going to start reading until somebody would like an in-depth reading. All right. Let's see. Vicky. Hey, lovely. Could I have a reading about my career and what's to come in the future? Angels, guides, loved ones. This is for Vicky. Vicky readings. What does Vicky need to know, please, in love and light? What does Vicky need to know, please, in love and light? If you cannot hear your reading and you ask me again the same thing, there's nothing I can do about it. I will try and do do-overs. Praagh, you're on my list. Career, about your career and what's to come in the future. If you're not happy in the current career that you're in, you need to reevaluate it. If there is conflict, challenges, sports play, rivalries, people that are smiling in your face, but you feel like, Lisa, you're on my list, but you feel like there is there's challenges, you need to think about moving out of the current career if you're not happy there. I am seeing travel and relocation, a new vehicle. 2026, I am feeling that you need to shift the energy to some degree in the future. I am seeing that you need to be around people that love and support you. I am seeing a celebration in your energy, but I am seeing that you do need to walk away from something that doesn't serve you. Now, this could be your career. This could be a person that you're dealing with. This could be an emotional feeling of discontentment. The only person that can start your journey is you into some happiness. But the 8 of Cups is always somebody leaving something. Can you see this person's back is turned and ready and looking out into the world, ready for another journey? So if you're not currently happy in your energy right now, as I'm connecting to you, it is now time to reevaluate where you currently are in terms of your work or your career. Listen to your body. Your body is a compass. If you're uncomfortable in a place that you're in, it's your body's way of saying to you, you need to change something. Something has to give. Okay, tracker. Angels, guides, loved ones, tracker, you're on my list. I will always make sure that I read for my gifters first, and then I'll cater to everybody else in the room that I have not yet read for. Tracker, what would you like your reading to be about today? Angel, guides, loved ones, what does tracker need to know, please, in love and light? And then I've got Lisa after tracker. I will always make sure I cater to my readers, my gifters first, and then I will cater to everybody else general. The first thing that I'm feeling is I got a masculine energy around you, or the need for you to tap into the masculine energy to get rid of or stay away from drama, argumentative energy, incompatible or impatient energy, feeling blocked and then blessed energy. So a little bit of hot and cold going back and forth as I'm connecting to you. There's something about needing boundaries. There's something about closure, and there's something about patience and the need for you to communicate. I feel like you've got a lucky win coming in, but I also feel like there's still a couple of things that you need to cleanse, clear, and release out of your energy. There's something about needing to heal the heart, and I don't know what part of it. I don't know if it's in love or something traumatic from the past. I also feel like I have to tell you to pay attention to the rainbow, because the rainbow represents new beginnings, stability, absolute abundance. There's something about being patient. Patience is a virtue, and everything that you planted is going to come to fruition. There's also something about you needing to be a bit more cheerful. Go for a drink with the girls. Have a bit of fun. Let your hair down a little bit. Don't be too serious. Don't take life so seriously. Remain childlike energy. Thank you guys. Loved ones, this is for tracker. What does tracker need to know, please? Another night. Tracker need to know, please. Another night. I need to know, please. Another night. Tracker needs to know, please. Another night. The need to find balance, moderation, harmony, and most importantly, like I said earlier, patience is a virtue. In order, if you're patient, harmony sets in, you take control, there will be balance. And when you do things in moderation, it means you're filling up your own cup. You're not just taking care of everybody else, but you're taking care of yourself as well. I am seeing, as I'm connecting to you as well, I've got an older masculine. This is somebody that you could be collaborating with. This is somebody that's going to teach or give you some sort of education. This is why the communication energy is attached to you. I also need you to say what you need to say when you need to say it. Again, delving either into the masculine energy as well as meeting a masculine energy around the work or the study arena. But you need to cleanse, release any toxicity like drama, argumentative energy, or like something that doesn't fit right. Something that doesn't sit or fit right is what I'm hearing as I'm connecting to you, in order to get some sort of fulfillment or closure. The World card tells me that you're learning important life lessons. So the ending of a cycle, the beginning of something brand new, the completion of a goal. This also indicates travel and relocation in 2026. The Page of Coins always represents good news, a message or an offer. It could be money, pay rise, promotion, or some sort of investment. And this also represents children, studying and education. It even represents volunteer work, helping those who are less fortunate than yourself. I am seeing, as I'm connecting to you, Two of Wands again does represent travel, but it's like you're waiting for something before you make a choice. This represents, should I stay? Should I go? Should I say something or should I not say something? The Two of Wands is crossroads energy, but nevertheless, it does represent that you have a choice coming your way or an opportunity. Ten of Cups is the last part of the reading. The Ten of Cups represents family, contentment, the total love and support that you felt has eluded you. And remember when I said to you, watch out for the rainbow? There it is. There's that rainbow. There is always like blessings, vitality at the other end of the rainbow. There's always opportunities around financial stability or grounded or just a stable energy, a stabilizing energy for 2026. And then you've got the King of the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is money coming your way, slow and steady wins the race. Something that you've worked hard for, or even somebody that you could rely upon. And he could be younger than you, or he can embody the energy of a young soul. But I've got the two masculines here. So again, they could be people that you could be collaborating with. They could be lovers or friends, depending on your current situation. But there seems to be like a choice or an opportunity that you're going to have to make in 2026. This is a time to give rather than take. So make sure that you are taking care of people who are less fortunate than yourself. It creates absolute abundance in your energy. And then you've got the appreciation card. What the appreciation card represents is that be grateful for what you have in this moment, in this time, because there are people that who have more. There are people that want what you have, even if you are seeking more. So appreciate what you do have, what you've learned and your experiences, and move on, move forward. You got the nature card as well. So the nature card is about you stepping out into Mother Nature. This is outdoors, animals, environment. Stepping into nature, it grounds you. Red knickers, red socks. It says, be careful of your thoughts and decisions. The universe will make it happen, even if you like it or not. This is why I always say to everyone, be mindful of your thoughts, your words, your emotions, because you manifest and co-create it into your reality. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio in your reading. So I hope that helps you in some way, Tracker. Love and light to you, honey. Love and light to you. Lisa, I'm going to read from my gifters first, and then I'll get to everybody else. You're so welcome. I've got no one after Lisa. Once I'm done with Lisa, I'll just cater to everybody in the room, and I'm going to go all the way to the top and work my way down. Angels, guides, loved ones, Lisa, general. The first thing that I'm feeling as I'm connecting to you is I'm hearing generosity. I don't know how generous you've been, but it's going to create some sort of karma. Good karma, as far as I'm concerned, karma into dharma. There is something about spiritual and emotional maturity, and I'm seeing loads of books around you and education and study. So I don't know if this is something you're thinking about getting into later on down the line, but I am seeing generosity, study, education, new beginnings, money, pay rise, promotions. I'm seeing if there were difficult times in your life thus far, let it go in 2025 or leave it behind in 2025. Like if there were difficult times, I need you to be like guard against anything that you deem as chaotic or something that you didn't see coming your way. Don't allow your emotions to create upheaval to some degree. Don't allow yourself to feel resentment, anger, and then express yourself in ways that you are going to be like, yeah, I can't take that back because it's already out there now. So be mindful about what you say. There is also something about craving something. There's something about a partnership. I am seeing flashes of twin flame energy, so I don't know whether you're in a connection or not. I always say that a twin flame energy is a little bit intense, and you're better off finding a soulmate, to be fair. Nevertheless, if there is a twin flame energy coming towards you, you're both going to learn something very important from each other. And there's something about you being in the karmic energy. Okay? Stay away from people that you know that are just energy vampires, soul-sucking critters. We just got no time for this. We are evolving in this time frame. 2026 is about entering spirit consciousness, tapping into the highest part of yourself, not worrying about money and finances and the mundane, because we put our sights on those stupid things and we miss the bigger picture. I'm sorry, but they are stupid things, because we take nothing with us when we die. You're not taking this house is not going to be buried with me in my coffin. Yeah, it's not going to come with me. Oh, my lovely car, it's not coming with me either. Oh, my designer bags and my designer shoes or whatever. No, you're leaving all of that behind. And when you're making such an effort to make the home that you're living in so beautiful, which is fine, but just remember, you ain't taking it with you when you die. Everything else doesn't matter. It's what you got to do with the time that you have here on earth, and that is being the best version of yourself and helping people who don't have what you have. Everybody asks the same old question. What is the age-old question? Why am I here? Why am I here? What am I meant to be doing? If you don't know what you're meant to be doing, go and help a homeless man in the street. And when you get home, think about what you do have and think about what he don't have, and that he probably wants what you have. So always put your energy, your life, and where you are into perspective. We always want more And it's okay to want more, because God says that sky's not the limit, it's limitless. But when you get to your abundance and you stop focusing on money and finances and I'm going to pay this and that, you're going to see the beauty of the world that we live in and why we're here. Because when you worry about money and bills and how you're going to pay bills and being lonely or alone, well, first of all, we're born in alone and we die alone. And if we're worrying about being single when we die, we came in single. Came in single. So you just have to remember, keep going, okay? Three of Wands energy, expansion, teamwork, collaboration, travel. You're going up the ladder. This represents a business. So you should have your own business. If you don't, look at that, the Queen of Coins. Three of Wands represents climbing up the ladder, having your own business, partnership, commerce, expansion, travel. And then you've got the Queen of Coins. And look at her. The Queen of Coins is a business owner. She's domestically skilled queen. She's the jack of all trade. She sets her sights to something and then she creates it. You got the Ace of Wands energy as well. Ace of Wands represents new beginnings for you come 2026. New adventures, new projects, inspiration, creative projects. This is the energy that is attached to you. And you're stronger than you think you are. So whatever you're going through, it's okay. It's okay. You're not taking anything with you. All this heavy energy that we feel in our physical bodies, we're not taking any of this with us. We leave it all behind. Where we are, what we have is a temporary thing. Yes? So the Strength card is self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and having the courage to say no and persevere and keep moving forward. Everything that you planted is going to come to fruition, but you have to be patient because patience is a virtue. When you want something to go well and right and you have a mindset about how you want it to turn out, don't you want to plant that seed nice and slow? Water what you want to grow. It can't just sprout out because it could be damaged. Something could go wrong. So the Seven of Coins is about reap what you sow energy. Four of Wands is a wedding, a soulmate, like I was saying to you earlier. Wedding, soulmate, homecoming, reunions, family, a celebration. This is what the Four of Wands, homecoming, family, friendship, celebrations. This is the energy of, this is the energy that is with you during this time frame. Pave that way forward. Pave it forward. This is the energy that you're currently in. Pave it forward. Generosity at its highest. You'll always, what you give out, you will get back in. There is a lot of prosperity in your energy as I'm connecting to you, and a whole bunch of new beginnings as I'm connecting to you and anchoring your reading, the Ten of Swords. You got to leave the past in the past. Ten of Swords is painful endings, hitting rock bottom, difficult trials and tribulations, turns and twists. This represents leaving it behind. We are in the end of 2025. Thank God for that, because frankly 2025 was a shitstorm for me. Now I need to leave everything that I've learned 2025 that was traumatic in 2025, and I have to have a new outlet. It was so hard. I'm an orphan. I lost both of my parents. My brother diagnosed with cancer, put my cat down, my grandma died. It's so much shit. It's so much bullshit. My knee gave in. Yeah? It's like, I'm not even that old. Why is my knee giving in? I'm worried about certain things, but I'm a human being, so I advise, but I need to take my own advice. So your guided message is show the world the real you. Have fun, play, don't take life so seriously. Children, in your energy, youth, play for amusement. Going back to basics. You've got the Sun. No matter whether it's an Oracle card or the Sun card is still the best card. Listening to music. Children, grandchildren. Freedom of the goldfish. Travel and relocation in the sun. Being around an ocean, a lake, or a river. This is the energy that is attached to you. And your last message is, your potential is like a flame. Fuel it with passion, determination, and hard work, and it will burn brightly. So I have for you, Lisa. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and I've got Libra energy attached to you. Oh, so many things to look forward to. I've got no one on my list. I will always read for my gifters first, and then I will try to cater to everybody in the room after. My list is free. If you're interested in getting a 10-card reading, it is the carousel just on the bottom of the screen or in the gift box below. That will get you on my list, and that will get you 10 cards. I am still trying to download the other 2 lives that I did the other day, but there's some sort of technical difficulties. All right, here I go. I've got no one, so I'm going to cater to somebody in the room. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys. Brent, General, Angel Guides, Loved Ones. What does Brent need to know, please? There's a choice and an opportunity coming your way. There's something around love around you, a soulmate, a divine counterpart, or an opportunity or a choice. If this choice isn't here yet, it's coming in at some point. I am seeing money, pay rise, promotion, investment, studying, education, brushing up on your current skills. I am seeing, anchoring your reading, that anything that you deem as negative or sad or bad has already come to an end. Let go of any insecurities or sadness, breaking free of old patterns, lightening up the energies, what I'm seeing as I'm connecting to you, Brent. It's time to let go and let love. It's time to let go and let love. There's good news, a message or an offer. Patience is a virtue. That is your guided message, Brent. Patience is a virtue. Lauren, what does N want from you? Angels and guides and loved ones. What does N want from Lauren, please? And thank you. What does N want from Lauren? Or Laura, shall I say? What does N want from you? Money, somewhere to stay. I think if this situation ended, we should leave it there. I don't think this person has changed. I think this person is slow to movement and very stubborn, probably in need of finances or money. Tried to walk away but couldn't. Realized that you're either a good friend or a partner to some degree. This person is or needs to learn from their past mistakes. But this person will always seem to come back to you because you seem to be very solid. But what I can see is the Death card represents let it go. You should not allow this person back in. 9 of Coins is anchoring the reading. He might need to borrow money. He might need a place to stay. He is still the same. There's nothing that's changed about him. So whatever you think that he wants from you, Laura, I don't like it. I don't like the feeling about it. I would probably stay away from this person, but obviously I can't tell you what to do. Release toxic relationships. Maybe I can tell you what to do. You got the Death card and you got release toxic relationships as your guided message. I think you know what you have to do. He doesn't need to come back into it. It doesn't matter why he wants to come back in. It doesn't matter what he needs from you. It doesn't matter. You need to keep away from this person. Sorry. But obviously, once again, I can't tell you what to do. My list is open. If you're interested in getting a 10-card reading, it is the carousel above the screen or in the gift box below. I've got no one on my list, so I'm going to carry on reading for everybody in the room in order as I've received it. Chris, anything from Mum, please, and thank you. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? All right, so the first thing that I'm picking up on, stop holding on to something, clinging on to a thought, a feeling, a person, a situation, a negative way of thinking, obsessing, holding on. It's like you got to let go of whatever this energy is. It feels like you're supposed to have shitloads of money, a lot of security. It feels like you're supposed to have a love, a connection. It feels like there's supposed to be a celebration or a party, or you being around people that love and support you. But it feels like everything that is good is going to be a day away, because I feel like you're too busy focusing on all the things that has gone wrong, could go wrong, may go wrong. Now the Five of Swords, if you look at that person, she's crying. You know, she's like, it's like obstacles, challenges, feeling mentally drained to some degree. You have got to let it go. Stop clinging onto something, a thought, a feeling, a situation, negative way of feeling, self-defeating beliefs about yourself. Let it go. Follow the golden rule as your guided message as well from your mum. The golden rule is treat everybody the way that you want to be treated. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Know this too shall pass. Any messages for you pertaining to your job? Shelly. What does Shelly need to know, please, in love and light? Job. I don't think you're happy where you are. I think something needs to shift and change. I don't think you're probably getting paid enough for what you're doing. I don't like the energy about it. I feel like you have to do a lot to be seen for recognition and respect. You know, the Seven of Wands always represents, you need to look at me and the hard work that I'm doing, but people are blind to the good work that you do. Fight for what you believe in. Remain on top of your game. Speak your mind. Say what you need to say when you need to say it. I feel like there's going to be some sort of another change or an opportunity around the work. So you might shift and change your job next year. I feel like right now it might be a little bit okay, or you're feeling all right at the minute, Shelly. But I do feel like it could turn into something that you might not like in the end. So I feel like you might need to reevaluate the current employer or employment that you're in. And you might need to seek something else or go somewhere else in regards to the job or what you're doing. Appreciate your talent. So it's like you're showing all your talent and all your skills in a place where people don't recognize the good work and the good things that you do. So if you're in that sort of work environment, you might need to reevaluate it. Delmain, anything for you in love? Single. Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Delmain need to know, please, in love and light? Faultless, you're on my list. Delmain first and then faultless. Anything for you in love, you're single. You've got insecurities that you're still holding on to. I'm never going to have love. I'm going to be alone. Who's going to want me? That sort of kind of talk. Look at her. She's sad. She feels unloved. She feels like no one can see her. She feels abandoned to some degree, feeling grief or loss or regret. So if this is anchoring your energy and your emotions, how can you want love if you're not ready for it? There is an opportunity for love, though, because the Ace of Swords represents mental clarity, new opportunities and new challenges coming your way. You do need to let down your guard a little bit to some degree. I'm not saying let down your guard to the point where somebody can treat you like crap, but let down your guard and be open for love. There has to be a nice balance between guarding from energy vampires and then really letting the opportunity for love come in. You do need to meditate and go within, because you've got the Hermit card. And the Hermit card always talks about soul searching, and it talks about spiritual illumination. So you do have some sort of new beginning around love, but the energy is just a bit stagnant because my emotions, as I am you, just feels like I'm still a little bit pessimistic when it comes to the love arena. Faultless, where are you? Tina, general. These guys, loved ones for Tina. What does Tina need to know, please, in love and light? I keep seeing jealousy. I don't know if somebody's jealous of you or there's some sort of jealousy around you. And then being proud. I've also got narcissistic energy attached to you. And I'm not saying it's you. It could be people that you might be dealing with. And we might need to reevaluate those people. But there's something about narcissistic energy. Like an opportunist. And then... Oh! Excuse me. Watch who you trust is what I'm hearing. With your secrets as well and your plans. You need to spend out some time outdoors, replenishing your energy. Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it's not there. Tina, just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. There's something about if something was crushed, create something brand new. There's also something about you needing to watch for serendipity. Signs, symbols, serendipity, and there's also something about you being more optimistic. Be more optimistic. I'm also seeing number 8 in your energy. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, or the 8th of a month. I'm also seeing there's a cat in your energy. Mischievous. Do it slowly. I just want to do it slowly. Be more optimistic than pessimistic. And stay away from the pride energy. Arrogant, egoistic, stubborn, narcissistic energy. Stay away from that. Because it will drain you completely. All right, here we go. I've got no one on my list. I am doing a 10 card reading right now for Tina. If anybody's interested in getting a 10 card reading, it is the carousel above the screen or in the gift box below. Don't be done hoping, is what I just heard. Be hopeful always, Tina. Be hopeful always. All right, so stay away from, what did I say earlier? Jealous people. Don't talk about your business or your secrets. Stay away from narcissistic energy. Opportunist, arrogant, egotistical, stubborn, proud people. The Devil card. Stay away from toxic thoughts, words, situations, or people. The Devil card is addiction, greed, compulsion, manipulative energy, codependent on someone codependent on you, or you obsessing on something that you have no power or no control over. It's time to release, surrender, and let this go before 2026. I am seeing, as I'm connecting to you, a younger masculine. If he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. He is very cutthroat, brutally honest, very fast-paced thinking energy, a fast-paced lifestyle, gonna learn, teach you something. If this person isn't here yet, this person's coming in at some point. Be mindful about who you let into your energy and be optimistic and don't lose hope. The 8 of Wands talks about speed up. So something might start to shift and change in your favor. And it could happen in 8 days, weeks, months, or the 8th of a month. I did tell you that number 8 here. Now, the 8 of Wands represents speed, action, changes, news arriving, travel, air travel. Something that you might be doing later on. If things have been slow for you, things are about to speed up and go in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune also indicates that. It's a major arcana card. It's fate and destiny. The Wheel of Fortune represents good fortune, a turning point, good luck, and taking a gamble. I've also got the Sun card, the best card in the deck. There is no other card in the deck that can outtrump the Sun card. So no matter what's going on, the Sun card represents material abundance, travel and relocation, blessing again upon blessings, children, the birthing of a child, success and victory. It's absolute blessings. And then you got the 4 of Wands, which talks about weddings, celebration, homecoming, family, reunions. a reunion, a partnership, a divine counterpart coming into your energy. Anchoring your reading as I'm connecting to you, Tina, I've got another knight. So you have an opportunity of two loves, two people that you could be collaborating. I've got the Knight of Coins here. So anytime I see coins in somebody's reading, this is always an opportunity to collaborate or to make money. But you're going to have a choice or an opportunity between two situations, two people, but it's a choice. Nevertheless, it's still a choice. Let's see your oracle cards. Cleanse, clear, and release out any toxic thoughts, words, situations, or people that no longer serve you. That's the most important thing in your reading. Okay, sweetheart? So, confidence is key to success. I am so good. What did I say to you earlier? Pay attention to signs, symbols, serendipity. Did I not say that? You can't make this shit up. Signs, direction, serendipity, direction, synchronicity. I said that. And there it is. And remember, I always pull your oracle cards first and I don't look at it until later on. And you've got the purple energy with you. Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to your dreams. Look at that. She governs the crown chakra. This is purple. Purple, purple, purple is connected to the highest part of your energy. It's the crown. So pay attention to signs, symbols, and synchronicities. Archangel Uriel is somebody that you should have some sort of connection with or communication with. All right, sweetheart? So your guided message is allow the flow of abundance to enter your life. The universe is consistently working in your favor. That is your guided message. My God, Tina, pay attention to the signs and the symbols and the synchronicities, honey. Universe is trying to get your attention. Can you see it? It's important that you see it. It really is. So I hope that helps you in some way. If you would like to get an in-depth reading like I just gave to Tina, it is 10 cards. And it is the carousel that I've just pinned on the bottom of the screen. That will get you on my list. That will get you 10 cards. I'm still trying to post up the lives that I did the other day. It's taking its sweet time, but I will get there. Okay, Nomsa. I'm going to read for everybody in the room until somebody gifts me. I always make sure I cater to my gifters first, and then I'll get to everybody else in the room. All right, Nomsa, good afternoon, Anna and moderators. Anything Nomsa needs to know, please, in love and light. So I scroll to the top of the screen and I just go down the list of people that has been messaging me, and I'm going to try to get to as many people as possible. I pin you up, I call your name. If you don't hear me, you're going to have to watch the replay. Nomsa, what does Nomsa need to know? Planning travel, relocation, or a holiday. The need to balance the yin and yang energy, masculine and feminine energy within you, the ego and the spirit energy within you, the need for balance. The Chariot represents no more procrastinating, taking action, a new journey and a new vehicle. There's something about you needing to have faith and take the leap of faith. There's something about partnership, collaboration, and a celebration coming in later on. Anchoring your reading, I've got the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands does represent a wedding, a celebration, homecoming, soulmate, or a reunion. This is the energy that is attached to you, Nomsa, during this time frame. You're also going to see 44 and 1111 everywhere you go. So if you haven't started to see that number, you're going to start to see it everywhere you go. It says, express your feelings. It's better to talk about how you feel than to hold it in, because when you hold it in, you're trapping energies into the physical body, thus creating ailments or illness. Fab. Any messages from Sean? Do not fall into the illusion. It will unbalance you. Distorted energy. is what I feel here when I connect to Sean. Do not fall into the illusion of the physical world, clouded judgment, unbalanced or distorted energy. Pay attention to what's inside of you. It co-creates the outside energy. Cut out negative thoughts, words, situations, because if you don't do that, it's going to be hard to get what you're praying for, what you're asking for, what you're trying to manifest. The star card is a miracle card, a renewed sense of hope. No wonder I got distorted, clouded energy. Get rid of this negative mindset, negative way of thinking, worrying all the time about this, that, or the other. Look at that, 5 of Swords. Worrying, short-lived battles, challenges, obstacles, rivalries. You need to put that behind you. Don't let what's going on in the physical world distort or cloud your judgment about the blessings that you're supposed to have. Be of service. When you're of service, you put time, love, and energy into something and someone else, and you stop forgetting about your own things. You deal with it because we have to, but you'll also put that to the side and deal with it when time is ready. Tiffany, angels, guides, loved ones, what does Tiffany need to know, please, in love and light? Tiffany. What does Tiffany need to know, please, in love and light for Tiffany? It's time to do the healing. The Strength card is the healer for me. Heal yourself to heal everything and every other aspect of your life. Heal the cracks of the broken heart. I see an older masculine and a younger masculine around you. So if they're not here yet, they're coming in at some point. Lovers or friends or people that you could be dealing with later on. But I've got a King of Wands here and I've got the Knight of Swords. Clarity, truth is coming your way. Inspiration, passion, creative energy is coming your way. It is time for you to do the healing because it looks like the energy is about to be activated. Again, lovers or friends or somebody you could be collaborating with. If they're not here yet, they're coming in at some point. You've got your beliefs are right for you. That is your guided message as I'm connecting with you, Tiffany. Midwest. Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Midwest need to know, please, in love and light? My list is still open if you would like to get an in-depth reading, which is 10 cards. It is the carousel above the screen or in the gift box below. What does Midwest need to know? Get rid of any emotional confusion, any worry, or if your emotions are all over the place, learn to keep them steady, because when you are a steady sort of energy, that's when wish fulfillment will come along. Something about going to the gym, working out, eating more healthily, drinking more water, or something in and around the health bandwagon, because I feel like I've got wish fulfillment, material abundance in your energy, and a lot of money and prosperity, but it feels like it's all coming in later on. Cutting out something first. Getting your emotions upright. There is an older masculine around you. If he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. Could be a lover or a friend. Very intelligent, very smart, very cutthroat, very calculated, and brutally honest. Again, could be a lover or a friend. You could meet him around work or around study is what I'm seeing as I'm connecting to you. And then you've got calm is not a weakness as I'm with you, Midwest. Calm is not a weakness. Right, who else is in here? Marcy. Been having weird dreams. Yeah, no shit. Me too. Been having weird dreams. Are my guides trying to tell you something? Yeah. The dream world is the unconscious world. The dream world is where you're not in your ego. The dream world is where your mind is shut down so the universe can give you signs, symbols, and synchronicities through your dreams. Now, people will say things like, I had a dream that somebody died. It could 1000% mean the opposite, that the person that you dreamt about is going to have a long life. So don't take it literally, but do write aspects of your dream down because it will make sense later on. You want to know if your guides are trying to communicate with you. They try to communicate with you all the time. My question is, are you talking to them? Probably not. You need to be clear on what it is that you're asking for and make sure your heart, mind, body, and soul is aligned to what you're asking for. Your guides and your angels are trying to let you know that your high priestess energy is going to blow wide open. So pay attention to the sign, symbol, synchronicities. Pay attention to your dreams and your visions. The Hierophant represents that you need to tap into the spiritual part of yourself. Go within. This also represents a spiritual connection coming your way. So if you're not in one, it's a spiritual connection. If you're currently in a relationship, it could represent that you two are going to evolve together in a spiritual way. Kindness counts. Be kind to yourself as well as to everybody else. Important that you do so. You come first, everybody comes second. I know it can be hard for some of you, but this unfortunately is the case. Alana, love for 26. Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Alana need to know for 2026? 2026, love. There's an older masculine around you. If he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. Very emotional, very nurturing, very healing. I feel like my emotions as I'm attached to you is a little bit wobbly. I'm up and down, up and down. I want it, I don't want it. I'm scared if I have it, then I might ruin it, but then it probably won't come. There's a lot of beauty attached to you, but I just feel like you need to get your mojo back. You need to find a spark of life to some degree. You need to take charge and be optimistic instead of pessimistic. The Chariot is about making moves, travel and relocation, the balancing of the yin-yang energy. If you're not balanced within yourself, your world will be unbalanced with you. You emanate out your feelings, your emotions, your words and your thoughts. Possess self-confidence. Get rid of any insecurities that you're holding on to, Alana. Otherwise, love is going to take longer to get to you. Love will take longer to get to you. It will always come, but it will just take longer to get to you because you're not in alignment with it. Erica, any messages for me? Also, what are John's intentions towards you? I don't see any bad intentions in regards to John. I do see a lot of blessings around you, and I do see opportunities around love. I do see a marriage. You're going to be very happy in love. Whether it's with John or not, I can't say it is. I don't think it is. But you can have something with him and it will be fulfilling to a degree. If you're sleeping with each other and you're of age and you're still able to have children, there could be children in the energy with you and John if you're sleeping together, like the birth. But it just feels like there's blessings in your energy. That's not an issue. With John, I feel like he's going back and forth about it. He's not, I don't know if he knows what he wants or he's trying to build a solid foundation, a work, doing 2 jobs. But it seems to me like he's kind of all over the place at the moment. And it's not that it's bad. I don't see anything evil or untoward. I feel like it's a really nice energy. Ultimately, you are going to be happy, and ultimately you do have love attached to you and the birthing of a child. If not you, it's within the family. I do feel like try not to be dependent on, I don't think you are, but I just have to say the dependent energy. Okay? Make each day count. This person could come into your life for a good purpose. And even if somebody's not meant to be in your life for ever and ever, amen, everybody has a part to play in your life. There's always a reason why somebody's come into your energy. There's always a reason why somebody has come into your energy. Season, a reason, a lifetime, important life lessons, expansion, you name it. Be open. Life is about learning. Life is about making mistakes. Life is about taking chances. If you don't take chances, life is boring. Finances around 2026, single. There's going to be an opportunity to choose around love and money. There's love and there's money. 2 choices around love, 2 choices around job, work and money. I see that things could shift and change for you in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, or the second of a month. I am seeing that you're going to be juggling, multitasking, or weighing up options. You do have an opportunity and a choice around career and around love, which means there's 2 people in your energy. I am seeing love, definitely, and I'm seeing a higher form of commitment and a relationship, even a soulmate. Abundance is your right. Okay. Patty, any messages for you? Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Patty need to know, please, in love and light? I've got 2 masculines around you. If they're not here yet, they're coming in at some point. You can meet them around work or around studying, depending on what it is that you're doing. Money, pay rise, promotion, slow and steady wins the race. Love, intimacy, romantic gestures coming your way. There is a need for you to do things a little bit slower. Slow. Fill up your own cup. And there's something about going to the gym, working out, eating more healthily, or change of lifestyle. Light a candle and make a wish because you've got some sort of wish fulfillment around you. Abundance, good health, energy attached to you. And your guided message is you are here for a reason. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus in the energy. I felt like I had to say that. 1111. Angels, guides, loved ones. What does 1111 need to know, please? In love and light. Learning important life lessons, the ending of a cycle, the beginning of something brand new, the completion of a goal, travel and relocation, movement. You've ended something and now you're creating a clean slate and a new opportunity for you. I've got an older masculine around you. If he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. Could be a lover or a friend or somebody that you could be collaborating with. I have got soulmate vibes attached to you because the 6 of Cups is unexpected gifts, pleasantries, innocence, reunion, nostalgia, having some fun. Stop focusing on the bad and focus on the good. That is the energy attached to you as I'm connecting to you. 1111. Lead by example. A lead by example energy always tells me that you are somebody that is supposed to be some sort of leader energy. Bella, career, finances. Will I buy a house sometime soon? Angels and guides and loved ones, will Bella buy a house sometime soon, please and thank you. If you're not copying and pasting your question, I will not be able to see your question. There is going to be an opportunity to buy a house, but in terms of your career and finances, you need to save or study, educate yourself, learn something brand new, and maybe look or reevaluate the current career that you're in. There is something that you need to cut out. Cut out negative thoughts, words, situations, and people. And you need to say your mantras in regards to money. So yes, you can buy a house, but I feel like it will be later down the line because there needs to be a shift in consciousness when it comes to your finances. And there's the Page of Coins. Study, education, money, pay rise, promotion, and investment, or a change of the current job that you're doing if you're not happy. If you're not happy in it. Look at that. Feel joy in all you do. If you're not happy in it, then you need to reevaluate it. Giovanna, can I have a message from my guides? Angels and guides and loved ones, what does Giovanna need to know, please, in love and light? There's a lot of people that you're going to be collaborating with, Giovanna, 2026. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Find the fire and the passion, the creative energies, expand it. Collaboration with these people. If they're not here yet, they're coming in at some point. Grounding your energy, making the money, the pay rise, the promotion, and investor. People investing in you. And it looks to me like you are going to have a lot of blessings around these people here. The Sun card is the best card in the deck. Material abundance, happiness, joyous outcome, success, victory, pregnancy, pregnant with a child, birthing of ideas. It's that sort of energy with the Sun. Love is your energy. So you've got some people coming in. Again, if they're not here yet, they are coming in at some point. Oh, there's your question. Love. Is AM's energy still good? Feels a bit scattered, actually. Is AM's energy still good? Is AM's energy still good? Is AM's energy still good? Please and thank you. Is AM's energy still good? I don't know about this now. It's coming out as immature talk. Sexually orientated. Immature. Fast-paced thinking. Doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Or you don't know whether he's coming or going. It seems to me like you're going to have a lot of patience in regards to this person that you're dealing with. I don't see any karma between you two at the minute. Something shifted. And the Temperance card is somebody that needs to do a lot of healing. I feel like there is a shift and a change in this energy of AM. I feel like if you're up for fun and sexual pleasures, go ahead with that. But it just feels like the energy feels, I don't know, something has changed. Something has changed. But I do feel like there's going to be clarity coming your way. I do feel like there's going to be healing done for you. And I do feel like at some point there's going to be travel or movement in your energy. Choosing love over fear. If something doesn't feel right, then maybe reevaluate the energy with this person, Nomsa. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. Shamal, guidance for the next 4 weeks. I feel, Nomsa, that this person's going to do something to you or say something that's going to make you reevaluate them. Shamal, any guided messages for the next few weeks? Get out of your head. 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, or the 8th of a month. Stop self-imprisoning, thinking about the worst case scenario, isolating yourself. You need to, it feels like you're going to be moving out of rough waters into smooth waters, travel, relocation, or a holiday, but something needs to shift and change. Stop worrying about money or finances because you're going to create a block energy about the money. This is the 8 of coins, a business owner. But when the 8 of coins is upside down, it's like slow, lack, repair work, trying to figure something out. Listen to your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams and your visions. Pay attention to what your soul is telling you. It seems like there's going to be a battle between the ego and the soul as I'm connecting to you. Set your intentions. If you don't set your intentions, the universe doesn't really know what it's supposed to give you because you're all over the place. Will I find real love in 2026? It's time. Will I find real love in 2026? Donald. Real love. Real love. Of course you're going to find real love. 100%. You need to let go of the old one first. Old insecurities, negativity. The death card represents big changes, endings, moving on, rebirth, a transformation. Listen to your intuition when it comes to love. Your intuition is on point. Be patient because everything that you want when it comes to love is going to come to fruition. Stop focusing on what could go wrong, has gone wrong, may go on wrong. Pay attention to the blessing in disguise. Pay attention to the opportunities around love in 2026. 100% you'll have love, but you need to let go of the old. Remember I said trust your intuition? Look at that card. Look at that card. Trust your intuition. High Priestess when it comes to love. Trust your intuition. Of course you're going to have love. Any messages for me, please, 2026? I think I'm getting a flu or a cold because I feel like really energetically drained. Is it just me or is it... my nose was running earlier. I had to have some tissue with me because it's like... It's just... Ugh. Tower, any messages for you? You're going to have an opportunity and a choice to learn, to grow. The Lovers card is having a choice of two people coming your way, soulmate energy, a divine counterpart. There is a younger masculine in your energy. You could be around work or around study, but there's something about commitment issues and emotional discontentment. Opportunities are going to come your way, Howard, so don't lose your wits about you. The Seven of Swords talks about deception, betrayal, and lies. Anything that you deem as negative or bad in and around love that happens to you, it was a lesson that you need to learn, accept, let go, forgive, and surrender. This is the energy. Look at that. Learn from your mistakes. Let go, learn, forgive, surrender. Learn from your mistakes. But there looks like there's some sort of love energy attached to you. Oh, my throat feels funny. Milana, angels, guides, loved ones. What does Milena need to know, please? In love and light. Milena, you need to get out of your own way. You need to look at your situation from another perspective, point of view. You need to look at what's going on in your life and what lessons do you have to learn, especially if you feel uncomfortable in your circumstances. If you're still stuck in a situation or a circumstance, it means there's something in this that you have to learn. So look at it from another perspective, point of view. I see that you're supposed to have your own business or be the boss of the company that you're working for, because the Queen of Coins is somebody who's going to receive or get money, or somebody that can make money. Self-sufficiency, domestically skilled, resourceful is in your energy. Not everything is as it seems. Just because you can't see something, it doesn't mean it's not there. Just because you are wondering when, where, or how, it doesn't mean it's not there. If you've thought it, you planted it into the ether. Pay attention to your dreams and your visions. Should I make the trip back home for the holiday or wait for February or so to make the trip? I didn't see her question. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Make the trip or wait for February? It's up to you. Look, the yin and yang is a choice. Travel, relocation, or holiday. You can wait for February. I feel like the energy is leading more to February because you need to make some money. More money, more abundance. Look, the universe is telling you to ask for a guidance. Talk to your angels, your guides, and your loved ones. The universe is always trying to talk to you through signs, symbols, synchronicities. Any messages for Gemma? Angels, guides, loved ones. What does Gemma need to know, please, in love and light? Good. You're slowly but surely releasing heavy burdens that you're carrying, or heavy burdens that you're carrying. You need to. You need to feel that feeling of freedom, lightening up energy, breaking free from old ways of thinking, old ways of talking. You need to meditate and go within. You need to go inwards. Yeah, inwards. Travel and relocation, the ending of a cycle, the beginning of something brand new is coming your way. Maybe making plans to travel in the future. You prayed and wished and asked the universe for something, and now the universe is trying to give you your blessing. The Star card is a renewed sense of hope, clarity, a miracle coming your way. A miracle coming your way. You're here to inspire others. Light a candle, make a wish. Laura. Oh, I read for you already. I'll do it again. General. Guidance. What does Laura need to know? I kept calling you Lauren. Sorry, honey. You need to let go of something that doesn't emotionally fulfill you because it's trapping you in a negative way of thinking. There's your guidance. Self-imprisonment, isolation, restricting yourself is only going to block the blessing. The World card is expansion, learning important life lessons. And I've also got an older masculine around you. So if he's not here yet, he's coming in at some point. Could be a lover or a friend. If he's not here yet, he is coming in at some point. Next week, guys, I'm going to do lottery numbers. Yes, this is no joke. This is no joke. I'm doing lottery numbers next week. So last week I did, what did I do? I did A-E-I-O-U's, the vowels of your name. This week I did your door numbers and the power attached to the door number and how you can adjust that number. And next week I'm going to talk about your life path number and the life path numbers that are attached to your life path that you can use for lottery numbers. Marsha, angels, guides, loved ones, what does Marsha need to know, please? In love and light. You need to let go of something that doesn't emotionally fulfill you. I don't know. Let go of heavy burdens that you're carrying. Death, conflict, travel. Death, conflict, obstacles, rivalries, challenges. People that are trying to test your patience. Death, holding on to all of these heavy energies that you're holding on to that you need to let go of. Lighten up your load. The Death card is a transformational card. It is letting go of the old. It is moving on. I am seeing that as I'm connecting to you. And then you've got the Four of Swords. In order to rest, recover, recuperate, peace of mind, and find some sort of solitude, you need to rest this energy. It's upside down right now. So when the Four of Swords is upside down, it represents restlessness. Like you're ready for action, but you're feeling burnt out and you're ready for, there's a restlessness energy attached to you. It kind of feels like fight and flight mode. Fight and flight mode. Everyone has value. Everyone that comes into your life is going to teach you something really important. Very, very important. Sarah, are you here, Sarah? You were here first, and I don't know if you're still here. Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Sarah need to know, please, in love and light? What does Sarah need to know, please, in love and light for Sarah? Sarah, I've got a masculine around you who could be a bit troublesome at the minute or draining to some degree. Older than you or embody the energy of an old soul. I'm seeing children that can also be problematic, but you need to say what you need to say when you need to say it and cut out negative thoughts, words, situations, and people. Don't let your current situation, Sarah, put you in self-imprisoned energy, isolation, or restricting, or not wanting to expand your energy because of what everybody is doing. I feel like you need to tap into the spiritual part of yourself. I see you going back to school, studying, educational, but there's something about drama in this energy right now. This is what I'm sensing and feeling at the minute. Sarah, you need to reevaluate the drama. You need to reevaluate whatever or whoever you're currently dealing with. And if somebody's taking you out of alignment, you need to get out of the house or just take a step back. Live your bliss. And how are you going to do that if there is like up and down energy? Will the government lawsuit cover or wash my student loan debts? Midwest. Will the government lawsuit cover or wash away my student loans? Yes. You're going to be moving out of rough waters into smoother waters. Archangel Gabriel is watching over you, and this will happen sooner rather than later, and you need to have peace of mind. Yes, Midwest. Lady J, angels, guides, loved ones, what does Lady J need to know, please, in love and light? What does Lady J need to know, please, in love and light? You're so welcome. Lady J. You might be feeling emotional about a couple of things at the minute, and it's okay, but you need to keep your energy frequency up. No matter what's going on outside of you, keep your emotional energy up. You're an empath and you seem to be picking up on everything to a high octave during this time frame because you're an empath, Lady J. But I also feel like there's good news, a message or an offer, children, grandchildren. There's also planning for travel, relocation, or a holiday, maybe next year. I am seeing that you are still learning a lot of important life lessons. We are here to learn, to grow, and to evolve. I've got an older masculine anchoring your reading, so if he's not here yet, he's coming in. Could be a lover or a friend. There's also something around money, pay rise, or a promotion in your energy. There is some sort of comfort and stability, so stay open-minded is your guided message. Lady J. I don't want to miss anybody. Anyone has any other questions before I go? Nomsa, energy with Fabian. He's been back in contact. Fabian. Nomsa. Fabian. I don't like it. I don't like it. Third party situations, another female that he must have recently broken up with. Make sure you're listening to your intuition. If you're not sure about something around Fabian, don't do it. It feels like something doesn't feel right. Fabian, I don't like it. Don't like the energy around it, Nomsa. Don't do it. Irene, any messages for you, please? Angels, guides, loved ones. What does Irene need to know, please? In love and light for Irene. Slow down. You need to slow down. Slow down. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Find your mojo. Do some dancing. What do you love to do? What inspires you to create? This is what you need to do. It's not just work, work, work. You need to go on a holiday. You need to have some play. You need to have some fun. Travel and relocation later on in the future. A new vehicle. The need to balance your yin-yang energy. Good news, a message or an offer. And something around finances or money in your energy. But for this time frame, you need to take a break and just have a break. Slow down. And then it says, give without expectation. Maybe in your energy frequency during this time frame, when you've slowed down and you've taken a little bit of a break, you can have fun in that energy. Slow down. We are always working, aren't we? We're always trying to make money to pay our bills, but we don't have time to enjoy the life that we've been given, right? We just don't have time for that. I've got to work and pay bills, right? Yes, your mother is one of your guides. You manifested it on some level. She is one of your guides. You need to listen to your intuition. Be around the right crowd of people is what I'm hearing you. When our parents cross over to the other side, they are automatically a part of your council on the other side. Wedding celebration, homecoming, blessings upon blessings, something to look forward to. You're a manifester. But yes, of course, your mother is a part of everyone's parent is always, even if you didn't like your mum or your dad and you didn't have an easy relationship, when they cross over to the other side and they'll see that, you know, I wasn't a really good mum or dad, I was a bit of an asshole, they're going to try and make it up to you on the other side. Yes, 100%. Will my craft gain more attention and success in 2026? Yes, not everything is as it seems, love. And there's a part of you that doesn't feel like you're going to get your new beginning and your creative energy is going to expand or go forward. But you can't see everything clearly. You got to make sure you love what you're doing. And when you love what you're doing and you're tuned into it, things will start to speed up for you. This is the Chariot. It's fast-paced energy. Yes, 100%. Sano, any messages for me for the next few weeks or months? Anything that you need to know? Sano, angels, guides, loved ones. What does Sano need to know, please, in love and light? You're slowly but surely clearing out bullshit. Good for you. The Devil card is recovery, leaving situations behind that no longer serve you. Good news, children, study, education, love, romantic gestures, intimacy, clarity and truth. Say what you need to say when you need to say it. There's going to also be some sort of an opportunity around money, work or finances. The Ace of Cups is Ace of Coins is a new beginning. So the job, the pay rise, the promotion or an investment or something that you're investing in is going to work in your favor, and it's going to feel really good and it's going to be really prosperous. All you got to do is let go of ego. Let go of the ego, let go of the fears, let go of the worries. This is not serving you. It's not doing anything for you. Let it go. Anything I need to know for 2026, Phyllis? Angels, guides, loved ones. What does Phyllis need to know, please, in love and light? You need to slow down, Phyllis. Either from working hard, trying to make the money. You're going to be fine. Not everything is as it seems. Pay attention to your dreams and your visions, sign, symbols, synchronicities. It's a very mediumistic card, so pay attention to all of the weird happenings around you because the universe's way of contacting you. I am seeing that you got to let go of some heavy burdens by relaxing and letting go, feeling exhausted and tired and holding on to everybody else's crap. Things are shifting and changing for you. You are having some sort of a rebuild, and it's going to be fabulous. A more solid and stronger structure. Oh, that's a mouthful. Solid and stronger structure. Be yourself. Be yourself. Some people need to know how to let it go. Some people need to know how to just let it go. Chris, did you ask me this question already? About buying a house? Was that you or was that someone else? Angels, guys, loved ones, will Chris and family have your own house in 2026? Yes, but you have to save. You're going to have a choice between two houses. A lot of savings, getting out of the way, looking at your situation from another perspective, another point of view. This is the happy home celebration. Yes, I am doing rituals to let go. Oh, that's good. That's good, Sano. That is so good. Giovanna, should I be friends with M? Should you be friends with M? Should you be friends with M? You can be friends with M. Take it slow. I think that both of you will match on a frequency. Yes. Take it slow. Very earthbound energy. Have fun together. Be clear on what it is that you're looking for, what it is that you want. I do have the 6 of Cups, which is a childlike energy. Have some fun. You can be friends with M. Friends with M is okay. I don't see anything negative or anything that I should be worrying about. I say yes. Izel, general, and you guys, loved ones, what does Izel need to know, please? In love and light. General. Travel and relocation, new beginnings, new opportunity, a new world is what I just heard for you. Change of evolution, change of energy with you. New world. Opportunities around love. If you're currently in a relationship and this person isn't giving you the love, time and attention that you deserve, it could also represent that there's an admirer out there for you. If you're single, it's a new love, a soulmate, a divine counterpart. There is a need for you to get out of your own way and start looking at your situation from another point of view and stop self-sacrificing your happiness to please somebody else. You seem to be carrying heavy burdens of everybody else as well as your own, and it seems like quite heavy. So I need you to loosen up the energy. I need you to rest, recover, recuperate, and find peace of mind. Solitude, peace of mind. There's an opportunity and a choice coming your way, Izel. An opportunity and a choice coming your way. So you have to be in good stead to make choices and decisions. Yes, a new man. Look, like energy attracts like energy. If you're not happy in the current situation that you're in, and you're sending out the energy of, I need a change, I need a change, I need abundance, I need new love, I need blessing, I need a new job. That energy is what you send out. Like attracts like. You get it back in. Yes, new man. The Lover's card is not here for no reason. The Lover's card does indicate choice of 2. Kissing a couple of frogs before you get to your prince. It's that sort of energy. It's that sort of energy. Kissing a couple of frogs before you get to your prince. Okay. Oh, I've got to give you, did I give you your, yes, like energy attracts like energy. All right, let me close off this. I'm going to be back on Tuesday because we're celebrating Christmas in my niece's house on Monday. We're celebrating Christmas early at my niece's house. She did it right, you see. She met her partner when she was young. They studied at Warwick University together. Oh, piss off. They bought a £500,000 house and they want to just enjoy it with their family. Me, on the other hand, I was just messing around with, you know, gangsters and thugs. I guess that was just a part of my life blueprint and shit that I had to learn. Louisa, Angels, Guides, Loved Ones, what does Louisa need to know, please, in love and light? Come over. Not everything is as it seems, Louisa. Pay attention to your dreams and your vision. This is a very mediumistic energy. So you're going to be able to see things without seeing. You're going to be able to sense and see things that other people can't sense, see, and feel. The moon card represents the unseen, but trusting your deep, deep intuition. There is good news, a message and an offer coming your way. You need to fight for what you believe in. Remain on top of your game and don't change who you are. Don't change who you are to please somebody else. You do have some sort of new beginning coming your way. So the Ace of Swords does represent new opportunities, mental clarity, the need to cut out negative thoughts, words, situations, and people. Say what you mean and mean what you say sort of energy. It's time to speak up your mind. It's time to listen to your intuition. And you got the forgive yourself card. The only person that can punish us so badly is ourselves. It's only us. Forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is key to unlocking all the blessings. I know it sounds so crazy, but it is actually very, very true. I did, yes. I did the door numbers earlier, yes. I will be posting this up on my YouTube channel, but I'm still trying to post up 2 lives. I'm a number 7. All right, so let me do number 7 really quickly. 7 is a house of study and intellectual development, okay? So the in-depth energy of a number 7 house. I'm a 7 as well. The 7 vibration is where you have to contemplate your life, look deep inside yourself, reading lots of books, educating yourself, learning who you are. Be careful not to escape through sex, drugs, alcohol, or food. Keep a journal and write. This is a good place for dream studying, dream journaling, studying your visions. You get more intuitive in a house number 7, and there may be dreams that you will have that will come true. The 7 house also, where is it? The 7 of the 7 energy, the 7 house also attracts ghosts. They come into your house because they feel comfortable there. I'm a number 7 house. I'm a psychic medium. I happen to live by a graveyard where everyone is buried, and I see souls all the time and ghosts all the time. So ghosts will be drawn to the number 7 house. This is not a house of material, like where to advance materially. And if you feel that things are not fair in the number house of 7, you can always add the letter A to the energy. So funny to say that, because in my house, my door number has a number A attached to it. So when you look at the Pythagoras number chart, A is number 1. So you put A, look at that, A is under the number 1. So if you get the letter A and add it to behind your door, so you got the front door, put the letter A behind the door, you'll end up turning the vibrational frequency of a 7 house into an 8. But you can always change the frequency of your house. If you're a number 1 and it's about independence and you're looking for love, add A behind the door to make it a 2 frequency. 2 is about couples, romance, and love. So add an A on the other side of the door, and then A, which will make it a house of 8, and it will help you financially. You can always alter the energy of your house. Now, if you do decide to add an A to the number 7 door, but put it behind your door, not in the front, the energy vibration of number 8 represents abundance in areas of all your life, prosperity, material abundance, fulfillment. People that live in the house of 8 can look ruthless to some degree, and ruthless as well around business energy. Business. Be careful of what you say and what you talk about, because in the house of 8, because it bleeds jealousy. It's a powerhouse, and people who are the main householders, the other people that live in the house of 8 could feel unloved by the breadwinner. So be mindful and keep an eye out on that. Great, I could take all that for a number 7. Thanks. Yes. So if you want to add money and abundance to the house of 7, put a letter A on your door. On my door, I have an A. So I'm not only the house of spirituality, I'm also the house of making money and finances, because the A is number 1. The vibrational house of number 3. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's number 3. Communication and self-expression. There should be plenty of laughter and enjoyment in the house of 3. It's a great place for parties and entertainment. Be careful about money, though, in the house of 3. In the house of 3 energy, the house of 3 people always think play now and pay later, and the next thing you know it, they're in debt or you're in trouble. So be careful of scattered energy in the house of 3. In the house of 3, you need daily affirmations. So repeat affirmations 15 to 20 minutes a day, so the money is not an issue in the house of 3. Doesn't matter if you live in an apartment. What's the number of the door? Anyone else miss their number? Do not count the outside. It's the door that protects you from the outside world. What number is on that door? I missed number 1. Okay, number 1. I'm going to go through that again. Number 1. Add up all the numbers to make a single digit. That's how you get it. If you live in the house of 1, it is establishing independence. I'm not doing any more readings, guys. So if you're late, I'm sorry. I'm just going to do the house. Vibration house number 1. This represents independence, motivation. Let's say that you were in a bad marriage in the past or a bad relationship. Time to move out of that energy and move into a vibrational house of 1, because it does represent self-care, establishing independence. It represents you'll be gathering, getting great ideas for that energy. And if you're looking for love, living in the energy of number 1 house, it's not a good idea, because 1 represents stability and structure, self-sufficiency and independence, and on your own. If you want to look for love and you're living in a house number 1, add an A behind the door. That will make that number 2. That will be love, companionship and unionship. Number 9. House of 9. Hold on, let's see. Vibrational house of number 9. Irene. It's a house of humanitarian work. If you live in the house of 9, people are going to look to you for advice or counsel. In the house of 9 is about a selfless vibration. 9 is put in touch with the universal truth. So what you give out, you get back in. It's a house of letting go and forgiveness. Do not have any clutter in a house of 9, otherwise the energy becomes cluttered. You're in touch with Holy Spirit, the higher power in the house of 9. So you will always care for others. So be careful not to drain yourself in the house of number 9. Number 7 is spirituality. I did just do number 7. Learning, reading books. Do not escape through drugs, alcohol, or food. It's a good place for ghosts, trusting your intuition, studying your dreams and your visions. It's not good for material advancement in a house of 7, so add an A behind the door to make it 8 energy. Yes. Any other number I missed out? So, Gia Maria, if you're 8, plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10, you're in the vibrational house of 1. So if you live in a number 1, it's all about independence. It's all about independence. Add up all the door numbers. I don't care if you've got 10 numbers on your door. Add it all up to make one single digit. If you get to 52, 5 plus 2, 7. I'm leaving in a minute. Yes, I'm very sensitive energies. I tend to. So the house of 7 in all areas of life is about spirituality. Give me 1 second. All right. Jackie, angels, guides, loved ones. What does Jackie need to know, please? In love and light. I'm in the house of 7. But on my house, I have number 8 as well, A. So that when you add a letter A to behind the door, you're adding another number to the digit in front of your house. When you add another digit, when you add an A behind the door to the number of your house, you're changing the energy. So if you're in a house of 1 and you're like, I really need love in my life, put an A on your door. If you're looking for laughter and fun and celebration, be a number 3 or 5. So you can add an A to adjust the energy. Angels, guides, loved ones, what does Blue Eyes need to know, please? In love and light. I'm still trying to post up 2 lives, guys. It's really annoying. It's taking its sweet time. This is why I always say record it, but I will try and get it onto my YouTube channel at some point. Just be patient with me. I got some anxiety around you, Jackie. Jacqueline, 9 of Swords represents not sleeping, still worrying. It represents depression. It could represent anxiety to some degree, but I don't feel like it's going to be there for too long, because the Ace of Swords represents new beginnings, new opportunity, study, clarity, mental clarity, cutting out negative thoughts, words, situations, and people. It feels like that. There's also something coming your way, or somebody's going to tell you something, and it's something that you need to know, but it will give you some sort of clarity. Anchoring your reading, Jackie, is the 2 of Cups. So you do have love in your energy, a love vibration, because this is soulmate, romance, partnership, higher form of commitment, a relationship. You have love energy attached to you, Jackie. Focus on the positive, especially if you got the 9 of Swords energy. 9 of Swords makes you hectic. So go focus on the positive stuff, and then you'll get the positive stuff. Can I add a letter to help my house? Yes. You are in control of your house. Yes, to help with your finances. If you are a 3 and you add a 1 behind the door, an A behind the door, A, the letter A, the vibrational frequency of a 4 is security, Lady J. The vibrational frequency of a house of 4 is security. A house that is grounded, is earthbound. So there should be either a garden, a backyard. If there isn't, you need to have lots of plants and flowers in your house. 4 is solid and a great foundation. 4 is also of service. 4 seeks knowledge and becomes better at whatever career that they choose to do. So yes, you can add an A and make it a 4 because it represents stability. 4 is constantly working though, and you need to have some time to loosen up. That's great, but you need to add an A to the door, because if you're the vibrational frequency of number 3 is about communication and self-expression. There should be plenty of laughter and enjoyment. It's a great place for parties and entertainment. Be careful about money, because money, you'll see it you're the kind of person that will just dive in, pay later on, and then you'll be in debt. So when you're in the house of 3, I would definitely add an A to the door, because it will create stability and financial gain. Definitely. If you don't have plants in your house, you don't have the A behind the door, you'll have all of the good stuff, but when it comes to finances, the energy could be a little bit scattered. So if that makes sense to you, where it's like I get money, but then the money goes, I've got a bill to pay, or I dive in and then I have to worry about the consequences later on, that is the energy frequency of a house of 3. Yeah. Yeah. 5 plus 1, 6. So you're in a house of 7. I have no idea what that means, Laura. What is the number of the door? What is the number in the front of your door? If you're sharing a space with a whole bunch of people, if you're an apartment, what is the number in front of your door? Because I have no idea what you mean by unit 3 in a 111 house. 111 is 3. What's important is what's the number on the door. Do you keep the door closed in your room when you sleep to keep spirits away? Why? Because do you really believe that a spirit can't walk through that door? Come on, man. No, my door is open. I need fresh air. I need the air to circulate. If you're not trying to have spirits in your house, you remember Ghost, Patrick Swayze? I mean, the guy was just coming in through the bloody door, you know? I tend to sleep better. You can keep the door closed. It's up to you. It's your house. If you're looking for people like souls on the other side, not to just walk into your house, first of all, you need to set the intention. And second of all, black crystals. Black crystals on your door. Shungai, black tourmaline, or what is this called again? Shit. Black obsidian, black tourmaline, hematite. Put them crystals on your door. Set the intention first. Jet is also a black crystal. Yes, if you're attracted to jet, you're an old soul. What is important is intention setting. So I don't know if you've ever watched any spiritual programs where some woman was like, I was watching a spiritual program. I always watch like when people die and all of this stuff. I always watch this kind of stuff. And there was this woman who said that she was walking through a cemetery. And when she was walking through the cemetery, she thought it was a beautiful day. She's just walking through. But what she didn't realize was that her palpable energy was she was so sad. She was like in grief. She was depressed. She was out of alignment. She needed to just get out. So she thought, I'm just going to walk through the park. There's a cemetery. I've got to walk through the cemetery to get to the park. So she's walking through the cemetery, right? So in this documentary, they showed that she was walking through a cemetery, but because her palpable energy frequency was of low vibe, where she was so scared, she was so worried for the future, she was worrying about her health, she attracted somebody who died. The soul was by their stone, you know, by their gravestone, right? You know, where they put their name. So he was standing by where he was buried, and he was unable to exit out from the cemetery. It seemed that he was stuck in the cemetery. His soul was stuck in the cemetery. It could be that his family said, please don't follow us home, stay here. And that was setting the intention. So what happened was, when this woman was walking through the cemetery, that man who was in the same vibrational frequency as when he died, to her, she pulled him into her orbit. That's why I say vibrate up. I don't care how sad, man. I'm sad. My mum died. My dad's gone. I'm sad. But I do not want to attract low vibe energies. Now, not to say that the man who was at the cemetery who died in a horrible way to make him low vibe, angry and stressed and depressed, this matching her energy and she's alive and he was dead. But like a magnet, she pulled this soul and he followed her. He followed her home because their frequency was the same. And then she started to notice weird things happening in her house. Like the lights were flickering. It was really cold. She'll go to bed at night and she'll go, and then all of a sudden there's like this smoke coming out of her mouth, because you know when it's really cold, and usually you can tell when there's a soul in your house because the smoke comes out of your mouth. And she was like, I was going mad. I was having nightmares. I was feeling like I was me, but I wasn't me. And it was that soul impressing his energy onto her. So her soul was connected to his soul, and in the most low vibrational way. And all she needed to do was set boundaries, intentions. But people don't think about that when they're going to the park. People don't think about that when they're walking through a cemetery. The first thing that I do when I enter into a home, a space, as soon as I go into a threshold, I say, it's called Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian prayer. It's like, I love cemeteries, most peaceful place ever. I mean, usually the souls are there just relaxing, sleeping, you know, they're just at rest. And usually most of the souls are not even there, they're just with their family. But there's this thing called Ho'oponopono, okay? And Ho'oponopono is a change of frequency by the words that you say. So when I enter a space, I say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And what that does is it transmutes the energy of the space that you're in. So whoever is there, the people, the unseen that you can't see, and you're saying, I'm sorry, you're apologizing for anything or anyone that hurt them, please forgive me. So you're acting on behalf of the person that has hurt them. Please forgive, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So you're speaking on behalf of the universe through your heart and your soul. That's how you transmute the frequency of the house that you're living in. So when I wake up in the morning, the first thing that I say is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. For anything that I've said or done in this space that wasn't right and was unjust, consciously, unconsciously, that I did. That's how I change the frequency of my home. So if I was to go to my sister's house, before I enter the house, in my mind, I'm saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So anything that was negative or there, stuck there, is now going to see its way out. It's a love vibration. It's a love frequency. I set the tone. Today will be a super awesome day. Set the intention of your day. If you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, that is, you've just set the stage for the whole day. Everything is going to piss you off, wind you up. And don't get me wrong, there are going to be a few things that your kids are going to do that's going to piss you off and going to trigger you. Why is the cupboard open? Did you find it open, did you? Close the fucking door. And then you got to remember, I'm sorry, please forgive me, align your shit, Anna. It's okay. It's okay. So I know we're human, and I understand that there are going to be things in our lives, very small and very big, that's going to trigger the shit out of you. But it's about setting the stage. So I always say as well, aside from my mantras, I start my day with God and Jesus Christ, and I end my day with God and Jesus Christ. I say this all the time. And I always say to my mum and my dad and my bestie and my guides, please, I can't handle any more of this. I don't know what I'm doing here. Help me. And then they help me. I start to feel a boost of energy. I'll cry for 5 seconds and I'm like, I'm okay now. Let's watch something really funny. I was watching, has anyone ever heard, we have this program in the UK and it says, it's called Sex Took Me to the ER. Does anyone ever heard of this? Let me just read Andrea really quickly. You're late. I'm about to leave. Hey, you guys, loved ones, what does Andrea need to know, please? Do you have that in the USA? Sex took me to the OR. Have you read all of the wolf messages in the book? I want to read it. No, you can watch it as well. Go on Prime, Gaia, Wolf's Message. Fabulous. It's so good. I watched it. It was so good, right? Andrea, Angels, Guides, loved ones that Andrea need to know, please, in love and God. You guys are late. I'm leaving in a minute. There's good fortune, a turning point, travel, relocation, a new vehicle around you. There's a need for you to have healthy boundaries. Put your guard up to negative energies, negative people. Healthy boundaries needs to be implemented. The Hanged Man is upside down, so it looks like you're going to get some enlightenment in your energy. You're going to find some sort of balance in your energy, because when the Hanged Man is upright, it's about you no longer playing the victim. It feels like you're rebuilding, having a solid foundation, a solid structure. This is what the energy attached to you. Look, you are never alone. You are never alone. All right, one more, and then I'll carry on talking about this whole stuff. My son lost his friend. Oh, I'm so sorry. Does she have any messages for him? Don't let the loss of me sidetrack you. Don't let the loss of me sidetrack you. A change. There's no more delays. There's a feeling like, you know, when I'm looking at her, she's by the ocean. She's on a beach. She's in the water and she's wearing a black bathing suit. Bonnie. She looks fine to me. I don't know how she left the physical body, and for me it doesn't matter. Like I got information 2 days ago that an auntie that I call anyone who's Filipino, my mum always taught me to respect the elders, and anyone in my mum's culture who is a Filipino, I call them aunties. This auntie that I know, her daughter was my best friend back in the day. 2 days ago, this woman she had a fall. It was a time. She's by the beach in a black swimsuit. She's sitting in the beach. And she's saying to your son, don't get distracted and sidetracked by the change. That's what I just heard. What was I saying? I completely forgot what I was saying. Sorry. My auntie. She was 84. She was crossing the road in the Philippines. I believe she was on holiday. A bike, bang, hit and run, died there and then. Her children had to fly back home from the UK. One of them was in the UK, the other one's in Dubai, and had to just go home and take her. This is what I'm saying. Usually when somebody dies in such a traumatic way, the soul is already lifted out of the body before the impact happens. Your son's going to find his power. He's going to be more, I don't know how to explain this. Is the man that he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a speaker, a lot of knowledge, a lot of power. She's going to be one of his guides. She's a healer for him. She'll heal him from the other side. I feel like she could tame your son. She was somebody that could tame, and she's the one that gives some healing energy with your son. I feel like he will be able to dream of her. Tell him to pay attention to his dreams and his visions, songs on the radio, signs, symbols, synchronicities, the lights flickering. That would be all her. And if he can, he needs to spend as much time as in the ocean as he can, by the ocean, by the water, because she will be with him there. She will be there with him. Okay. Worry is a wasted emotion. Worry is a wasted emotion. Okay. I hope that helps you, and I am sorry for the loss. It's so hard when you lose somebody, and it's like It's just so hard. It's so hard. So this is what I was saying about frequencies, guys. If you are low vibrational frequency, you will attract what you are. Like the woman who walked through this, like the woman who walked through the cemetery. The soul followed her home because he found somebody that aligned to him when he died. So when he died, he must have been sad, angry, uncomfortable, worrying about death. Is there life beyond life? That was the energy of him. And she pulled him energetically to her and he followed her home. So what happened with this woman who ended up pulling this man from the cemetery? The story actually goes was that he was actually killed. No wonder he was in that energy. So it was actually like he was killed. I did just give you a message, Jackie, about the whole thing. I think you might have missed it. I've had stuff go on in my house in the past, but always felt safe. Yeah. Familiar energy. And you have to also remember that your loved ones and your guides are trying to get your attention. I told you the other day that I was drinking some tea and my glass was near my mum's ashes, and I've been talking to my mum, be like, show me that you're here, show me that you're here. She didn't say anything. And then out of nowhere, I heard my glass. I could hear this. And I'm like, what the fuck? What was that? And then I'm looking at the glass and the spoon, and I can see the spoon is like moving. And I'm like, all right, mum, don't do that anymore. I get it, you're here. Thank you. It's like, don't do that. And then she also dropped my phone. I always put my phone 8 years on my side table and never has it ever fallen. And then on the windowsill, shall I say. Then all of a sudden, like the phone would slip and slide, right? But it felt like the phone got picked up, put right on my belly, and bam, it hit me right on my stomach. And I was like, all right, mum, thanks. You're here. Thank you. Go now. If you're not going to show yourself to me in physical form, don't be touching my cup. You know, don't be throwing my phone at me. Very high vibrational. You are an electromagnetic force field. If you ever look at the frequency of your heart chakra, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it in his book, Becoming Supernatural. The energy frequency emanates from the heart, because the heart is the only thing that keeps going when you're asleep. Your breath and your heart. Everything else can have a break. When you eat, your stomach can have a break. Your lungs are always moving because you have to breathe, but the heart is the one that is always beating. It goes out, it goes in, it goes out, it goes in. So what you put out energetically, emotionally, I don't think that people understand. In order to manifest your highest of dreams and your abundant blessings, the key to manifesting what you want is being in alignment. Yes, thoughts, emotions, and words. Yes. But the key is feeling that you're a millionaire. Feeling like you are absolutely abundant in health. Feeling like you're in true love. And if you can carry that feeling forward in your everyday, it will effortlessly come to you. You know, there are people who are such high vibrational frequency that they're able to have you ever heard of table tipping? They're able to table tipping when they're not at home. So like Kellee White, for example. Kellee White, I love her. She's like an astrologer that I follow. She's a psychic, a medium. She had traumatic brains. Here's another book that I read. Give me 1 second. Here you go. Another book. Cracked Open. She tells you her story. Cracked Open, Kellee White. Now, every so often you hear me say thank you to Kellee White because she's brilliant astrologer. Vedic astrology, brilliant. Her father used to be a table tipper. Her mother was a therapist, I think. She's also a therapist. And then she became a medium when her head cracked open. She said smashed open and all of her psychic abilities came out. She was able to talk to spirit after that, sense, see and feel them. James Van Praagh and her are good friends. James Van Praagh told her she was going to be a medium even though she was a therapist. She managed to put therapy and mediumship together, and those two together are seriously powerful energies. Very powerful energy. So with her, she used to be able to, when she's so mad and when she's angry, her mother would call her and be like, Kelly, when her mum was like, are you all right? Why? Because we just had a 20-ton table that we have in the living room has just moved across the bloody hall. And she's like, I'm a bit pissed off. And she's like, well, you need to ease up with your energy because you're moving everything in the house. So she's able to, she's literally like Matilda, you know, moving things with your mind, being able to sense and feel, pick up energies like that. She's like, and that is the power within every one of us. But like I said, we're not able to unlock these energies because we live in the physical body. We live in the physical form. We are attached to everything that goes on in our lives. We attach to everything that goes wrong. We attach to trauma. We attach ourselves to sadness. We attach to all of this sort of energy. And that creates us to have a disconnect from the souls of where we came from. So the way that was put to me again, before I leave, was we are God split up into billions of light frequencies, entering a physical form and looking at life through different perspectives and point of views. But when you die and you cross over to the other side, we become one. We are united as a soul. When our soul leaves the physical body, I am you, you are me, we are all together in this. Let me just read one more person, sorry, before I go. Angels, guides, loved ones. Is the energy in your ancestral home good? It could be better. I don't see anything bad or negative or untowards, but it can be a little bit better. Changing the frequency of the house, bringing in crystals, saging, whatever number your house is, you can add another letter behind the door to change the number frequency. It feels like there's a lot of emotions that run through the ancestral home. There's a lot of power in the energy in the house. There's a lot of mixed emotions in the house via everybody who walks through the door and out the door. There's a lot of grounding that needs to be done. It's not bad, Weena, but it could definitely be better. I feel like you're the one that can kickstart it emotionally, grounding energy. I feel like you're the one that can kickstart the to have a better energy of the house. It can be better. It's not bad, negative, untowards, but it feels a little bit watery, like to the point where everybody's very connected, everyone's very emotional, everyone's very sensitive in the ancestral home. Look at that journey within. It starts off with you, Queen of Cups. Could be better. Definitely be better. Nature is my thing. And you tell it to in my mind, that's crazy. I have that all the time. I have that all the time. Do you know, I can't even... Cats are drawn to healers, and I have thousands of cats. New cats, black cats, white cats, ginger cats, black cats, all cats that come into my house and shit all over my garden because they know that this is a house of spirituality. It's like they feel comfortable here. So they're like, oh, I feel right at home. It's a very spiritual house. Let me just poo right here to claim the house like it's theirs. I've got cats from all over the fucking place coming in. And I've got foxes as well in here. My daughter would be outside at 1 o'clock in the morning smoking. And she'd be like, Mum, a fox came right up to me. And I was like, what did you do? And then she was like, I looked at it and I was shitting in my pants. What was I supposed to do? And she's like, it just came right up to me and it's just standing there looking at me. And I'm like, hi. I said, fox is about perseverance. Foxes can survive winter. So that is also signs and symbols. If you see a squirrel a lot, it does represent that you need to save money. Yeah, I see it all the time. I'm not gonna lie. What is the number of your house, Weena? Before I go, what's the number of your house? What is the number at the front of your door? So you're a number 4 house. 1 plus 3 is 4. Your the vibrational house of number 4 is security, a house of grounded energy, earth energy. What did I say? There should be a garden, there should be flowers and plants in your house. 4 is a solid and great foundation. 4 is also of service and a house that seeks knowledge and can become better or good at any career that they choose to do. A 4 house is consistently working, and you need to learn to loosen up. Otherwise, the energy in a 4 house could be very intense. 6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. Money-making house. It's a money-making house. 8, 9, 10. You're a number 1, Andrea. Number 1 is about independency. Independent house. It's the house of independence and establishing. Vibrational 1 house is about motivation. It's about if you were in a bad connection or relationship, it's time to move into a house number 1 to establish independence. It's about self-care, and it's a good reason to move into a house of 1. If you're looking for love, do not move into a house of number 1. To change the energy frequency of the house, you can add a letter A to the back of your door. That A is number 1. So then 1 will then become 2, and 2 is about partnership and union. So Andrea, you're the house of 1. 6, 7, 8. Sano, you're number 8. You're supposed to be making lots of money in a house of 8. The vibrational house of 8 represents abundance in all areas of life. Have many friends, making money, materially prosperous, and feeling the power. In a vibrational house of number 8, people could perceive the person who is the breadwinner to be ruthless. But you could also have business, financial gain. Something about careful with communication. Do not talk about your business because it will bleed jealousy. This is a very powerhouse energy, good for politics and dealing with people. Prosperity is in the house of 8. And if you are the breadwinner, sometimes the people in the house could feel like you don't really care about them or feel unloved to some degree. But 8 is representation of money. All right, I'm going. I'll be back on Tuesday. I am still trying to download 2 lives, which was both 4 hours long. So be patient with me. If this loads up sooner rather than later, I will definitely download this one on my YouTube. I always try to download all of my lives. I will be back on Tuesday because I'm doing Christmas at my niece's house. I am still doing private readings. If anybody wants to get a private reading with me, just email me and I will see you guys soon. Love and appreciate you guys.